We're here. Anybody?
I know this is usually like a bit where you're like,
I'm actually
yes.
I'm like, are we?
Okay, so the point of what I was going to say was this is usually actually a bit that you're like, are we on? But I am genuinely curious. Are we on?
Are we out there?
We don't actually know.
Yeah, coming through.
We're going through. Luke, take it away. And this time you can actually talk to our audience.
I'm coming a bit forward. So
Lean in, get real close. Get real close to the mic. Just chew into the mic. Just get real close into the mic.
So this is of course SnapThirty Lost in Mistranslation podcast. Now episode 60, of course.
I haven't seen Kane yet because he's still organising.
Kane's organising over on the computer.
He'll be in a minute.
Here he is.
Heidi.
Yep. So about a month ago, we put out a tweet to our readers and
more
listeners.
than that actually.
More than a month.
I reckon it's been a little bit.
It's been a while, and we've been we put out a tweet and we said, would any of you be interested in a live video podcast? And the reaction was quite positive. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest.
Nobody said no.
Yeah. So in response to that, we pretty much thought, you know what, let's see what we can do, try and put it together. And it's been quite a while since then, and trying to figure the logistics of it all.
And here we are. Thanks to let's peel back the layers before we actually start the podcast.
Yeah.
Number one, we already have one viewer in. Zafira, as usual, is watching. Number two, legitimately, Kane, turn away from the computer for a second. Come into the camera.
I'm into the camera.
Thank you. You've done a lot of work to do this.
I know you seemed very stressed. So I'm just gonna give you a massage on that one.
Give him a massage.
Yeah, well,
I'm just gonna come over there and grab your dick a little bit, all right? Okay. All right.
If we do want to keep doing this, if people like this format, then we will try and sort out a better streaming alternative.
Well, you've
At
done
the moment,
well.
this is very bare bones.
Yeah,
it's just going through like the live one. We'll try and add in our own, go through a different program so we can control a little bit more and hopefully get a higher res. But
we'll totally get there.
we are in Australia and our internet is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. If you actually watch this stream all the way to the end, then congratulations.
Congratulations, you didn't die.
This is essentially just testing orders, trying something out, and we're only going to build on it from here if we continue to do this. So,
I guess what should we like? So, usually, if you I don't know, if you listen to us, we do a lot of visual gags
for an audio medium,
which doesn't go. And I mean, this, like you said, is just us kind of mucking around and testing what we can.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is coming through. I've just received a text message saying that there is no live video on the channel. But I have put a link on our Twitter, but it just doesn't make any sense for me to say it here, because if you're watching this, then you don't have to click the link.
Or listening to the audio version that's coming out
the
next day.
Either way, this is just we're learning.
Yeah,
but we're trying to do something new for you guys. We're always trying to break new ground for the side and do things that we haven't done before, and there's always going to be some growing pains, but we'll get through it.
Hopefully so.
Hopefully
so.
We shall survive.
So I'll try and learn yet another program.
You got to do it. You got to do it to it, Kane. You got to do it.
Should we jump in?
Sure. You guys got something to talk about?
I got a lot to talk about.
Tell me.
No, don't.
Tell it to me now. You say you got a lot to talk about. Open your mouth.
I want to talk.
Hey, open your mouth and talk.
If you let me
open your mouth and say it.
Jesus Christ. This still is audio,
Take your dumb. Can you please take your dumb hat off? Now, so here's the thing: we are talking to people. There is a chat. There's a chat box. So Kane, because I personally cannot see the chat from where I am. My eyes are still quite blurry, even though I'm wearing glasses. So you're gonna have to relay. Huh?
Get new glasses.
These are brand new glasses.
Get newer ones.
No, can you see from here? I can't see anything.
Of course I can.
So, what are we going here? Come on, Ken. You're going to be our, liaison?
We've got a bunch of people joining in, just talking to each other and just trying to see if they can see the stream.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like they can. Do you want to? Is there any way we can move it over to the big screen so I can actually see what's going on? Because obviously all my fans want to talk to me personally and not you fucking chodes.
Well, for the people watching the video, I'm going to be sliding off camera a lot to actually adjust the computer.
So let's look at what we've got on the screen right now, considering it's probably one of our, I don't know, bigger topics. So people are fucking hating on the fact that ScarJo is going to be playing. Now, is it Captain Katsuragi or is that from Evangelion? Mitsuru, what's her name? From Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Not Katsuragi.
Katsuраgi's from Evangelion.
I also think that's Makoto.
Makoto.
But I think that's the one from Evangelion. I don't know. I've watched Ghost in the Shell.
Right, I watched Ghost in the Shell maybe like 10 years ago.
Look up her name. I know the character. Don't really remember the name.
Regardless, so people, from what you guys briefly told me last night, they seem to be ripping on her because she's not a Japanese woman.
And they're ripping on ScarJo.
Right, can you explain it to me? Because I don't know the whole story.
It's, again, people, saying, oh, whitewashing in Hollywood. To me, I mean...
It's nothing, dude.
Sorry, her name is Major Motoko Kusanagi.
I was kind of...
So it's very close.
Katsunagi is almost there.
It's close.
Can you look at
the...
Can you look up the chick from Evangelion and see if I was midway between them? They both have like bluish purple hair. So, I guess the other one
is it Mikoto?
I don't even know. Misato.
Is that who you're talking about?
That's kind of who I'm talking about. There you go, Katsuragi.
Misato Katsuragi, Mitoko Kusaragi.
So close enough.
Pretty similar. Both.
So, okay.
It's essentially a case where we have the fans of the series like, it must be a Japanese woman playing, must be all Japanese because it is a Japanese anime. Why is it not Japanese? From what I understand, I believe the Ghost in the Shell movie they're making is actually going to be relocated to New York.
And become Blade Runner 2.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not...
Already what it was, right?
They are taking... Robots. It's not a direct... immediate translation of Ghost in the Shell, the anime, or any of its other medium.
It's a minefield again, which usually comes up when people get mad on the internet. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it's a side effect of the fact that America just has the biggest movie box office, the Hollywood, because probably it's more multicultural because if you've ever watched a Japanese movie based on an anime, they cast Japanese actors like you do, also in roles that in the anime were exchange students or characters from America. Like I said, with the new Terraformers movie, which the point of the manga is there's about 2 or 3 from various countries. There's Russia's team, China's team, Japan.
Even Rome has a team.
There's the
not that the Italians would do anything. Like the Italians don't do anything. The Italians don't do anything on Earth, and they send them to Mars.
Yeah, but in the movie they're recasting them all and actually just changing all the characters so they're all Japanese.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, the biggest thing that I had an issue with in the Attack on Titan movie was not race. It was just that the actor for Eren and the actor for Armin looked similar, not a racial thing. They looked similar, and they had the same hair color, just put a blonde wig on Armin. That's all you had to do. Don't change him to be German. I don't give a shit.
Here's the thing. It looked like Eren and Armin had the same haircut, or that if they're wearing a wig, same wig.
Well, that's what I asked you about this Full Metal.
Their face was not really the same. It's just a different hair.
Because Full Metal, I mean, it's a made-up world, but the whole point of it is the 4 countries are based on 4, Amestris is Germany, and they always have been
China,
and it's I guess what's the one?
I was going to say Istanbul.
What's it called? The north is supposed, I guess,
Ishval.
Ishval
is meant to be like Middle Eastern.
Yeah. The north might be Russian. I don't know.
Because of just snow. Is that the north?
Snow, and there was I don't know. I don't think they really went there that much, but I don't know. It's just I think it's just the way that.
But it's all going to be Japan in this one.
Yeah, I think ultimately what it is, the same with any recasting, whether they change the characters, age or race. I don't know if they really change gender. That sometimes they do.
When have they?
I think it just depends if it's good or not.
I'll say this. one of the things that people have said in the like complaints about Scarlett Johansson, even though I believe Scarlett Johansson was cast years ago.
Yeah, very long
and
time
his
ago.
film has just been like waiting to be made.
Has this one been going on as long as the myth or rumors of the Bebop movie?
Yeah,
with like Keanu Reeves.
You know what?
And the
the
Death
Death Note movie
But-
with Zac Efron.
But here's the thing, that is actually happening now, but
that
on Netflix.
Oh,
I don't half mind that. at
And
all.
the guy playing Light is going to be, I think, the guy who played Mr. Fantastic, I believe, or maybe it's if it's not him,
from
it's
the
new one.
Okay, so not
Or if it's not him, it's the guy who played. They look so similar
not,
to me.
not the original Mr.
Well,
Fantastic
no.
from the 2000s.
Definitely not him.
Ian something.
The new one,
the old dude.
the new guy, or if it's not him, it's the dude who was in that bloody Paper Towns movie.
I've not seen Paper
So-
Towns.
Paper Towns.
Yeah,
I've never
It's
even
like
heard
a-
of that.
teen rom-com sort of movie.
And I'd say it's just one like I was. It just depends on if the movie's good or not.
Yeah.
I think what I was saying with changing characters, you've got where they change a character and people are like, "Oh, they've changed this character. It wasn't like this in the books," and you can get angry at it. But if they're a good actor, then you don't really care at the end of the day.
It doesn't bother me.
If
So I'm
it's-
just going to interrupt for a second. Do you want to retweet that? I just put another one out with our
Okay.
direct link to YouTube.
Because if it's bad, because in the chat.
Yeah, what's going on in the chat?
In the chat, who was it? It was Zafira who she just drew attention to the fact that Dragon Ball Evolution happened.
And that movie,
Yeah,
I've not seen it, but I
terrible.
can, from what you've, I think you saw it, right?
I have seen it. It's not a good movie.
Nah, no one says
Not a
it
good
is.
movie.
Did you see that? I don't know what artist it was. It could have either been the artist of either Dragon, like it could have been Akira Toriyama. It could have been Hajime Isayama from Attack on Titan. But it was like Eren and Goku standing next to Edward Elric with like their hands on their shoulder. And it's like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah,
Because they had shit movies. I don't know if that was an
I
actual.
think my main hesitation for Dragon Ball when it came out wasn't the fact that it was made in the West as opposed to the East. It was just that anime is weird when you translate it into live action. If it's a kind of slice of life or maybe a less stylized one, you can understand how that works. Like Erased, they're doing a live action one. I get that because it's just a bunch of guys going around doing stuff.
Yeah, there's no CGI really.
Like I said, I've mentioned it before, and especially you. I like the Phoenix Wright movie.
Yeah, but
Um,
Takashi Miike is
he's good.
in another league of
But-
his own.
But that's what I mean. It's like even Terraformers coming out. It's
Takashi
a bunch
Miike
of people on Mars fighting cockroach men, but that's no weirder than anything that happens in Marvel.
Have you seen the
It probably
ads?
has happened in Marvel.
Have you seen the ads
Where
in
everyone's
Japan?
going, "Ah! Ah!"
No,
That's
the
the anime.
ads in Japan where that was the anime, by the way. Kane's
I'm
right.
thinking of Terraformers. I just thought
Yeah.
that was the thing.
There's
That's an awesome trailer.
there's a set of commercials in Japan where it's like they've gotten the actor who's playing Shokichi, the main dude, to actually legit film these odd alternative scenes where he's using like bug spray to kill the cockroaches to promote like whatever Japanese raid or
Oh my
whatever.
God.
And it's the Terraformers and he's like, jaw, and he's walking over and Shokichi's like, ooh, and he gets his like raid and he's spraying and
That's
the Terraformer dies.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So they're doing that for like bug spray and shit now.
I just want to say about Dragon Ball Evolution, there was not so much that Dragon Ball couldn't translate into a movie. Because, I mean, if you look at China, they made a few, I think they were, what are they called? Monkey King or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's what it was based on, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's Chinese ones that have basically the same story, all based on Journey to the West. It is possible to do it.
But Evolution took some weird liberties that didn't need to be taken.
It was also
I
just
know-
a shit
I
movie.
know, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you pay any attention, you know Dragon Ball Evolution isn't great, but for whatever reason, you were like, it's Dragon Ball. You see some things at the beginning, and you're like, I'm not a big fan, and then someone turns up, Roshi turns up, and it was it Chow Yun Fat?
Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah.
Master Roshi's like, I'm gonna teach you Kamehameha. And you're like, oh, here we go, Kamehameha, and it was like a blast of air that he used to blow out candles, and you're like, it's a
What the
laser
hell is that?
beam. It is essentially a laser beam
Yeah,
made of
That's what it is,
spirit.
right? Yeah.
Like, why did you change it to air? Like, that, what?
The strange thing with this movie as well was that it wasn't sure whether to go all the way with Asian casting or halfway, because you had random people who were like American,
Like,
such as Goku and Bulma. Then you had Chi-Chi was Chinese. Then you had Yamcha was Chinese. Roshi, random, like, oh, his grandfather was Asian as well. It was just half the cast was Asian. Then you had half of them were that.
Some of the characters' designs I understood when I saw them. I was like, oh, that's I guess a neat way of transitioning him to be less like standoffish in a way. Like Bulma just had like some streaks of blue hair, and you're like, okay, I get that they didn't want to give her full blue hair. That might give her kind of like a punk vibe in a way, or make it stand out more than they wanted it to. Yamcha was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a Korean pop star looking?
Yeah, he actually was pretty good in the role. I'll say this to the people who say Goku should have been an Asian actor. I completely disagree because Goku's a fucking alien. Like, sure, the actor was fucking shit.
That's like some people getting.
But let's
mad.
remember, he's not Asian. He's a Saiyan.
There's some people getting mad about Superman's casting because he was played by a British actor, and they're like, he should be American. You're like, he's an alien. He lives in America. He's alien. Who cares? That's not what you get angry about here. You get angry about whether the movie's bad or not.
Which it fucking was.
And then they twisted around the myth a lot in a way that, again, you understand that they have to change it to shrink it into an hour and a half instead of 4 billion hours.
We still talking about
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball? All right.
But at the end, and then you were like, okay, he turned into the Great Ape, but it was like a werewolf thing, and it was
didn't even look like an ape.
No, it was some demon force, and you're like, okay, what's going on here? And then he turns immediately back and controls it, but doesn't get any stronger, and then beats Piccolo, but then Piccolo's alive at the end, being nursed to health by that one woman who was in a scene.
I just love that they had the goal to leave it hanging for a sequel. Like, they really thought a sequel.
And the sequel hook was Piccolo again.
Go on.
It wasn't
you
even.
Should have thrown the head out at the start.
It wasn't Vegeta or Raditz or anyone. It was just also Piccolo. Which, I mean, I guess it was
evil King Piccolo, right? Yeah.
Which even that, it was.
Would they have gone for the route of like he turns good Piccolo after that?
Maybe.
Well, again, that's the thing is, despite the fact, I mean, he was in high school or whatever, so it was a bit of a middling age, but it was still Dragon Ball. It wasn't Dragon Ball Z.
No.
But I assume anyone who had hope for it thought, okay, Dragon Ball, Piccolo, it's the end of that one. If it's good, we get Dragon Ball Z. Raditz turns up, Snake, you know.
Unfortunately, it was shit.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Not every anime has to be live action. And this actually goes to our next thing, which is that so Sony, Legendary Pictures, and Warner Brothers are in a bidding war for the rights to a live action Pokemon movie. Now, we don't need it. It's not necessary. Like what you said, they could make so much more money if they just put their time and effort into theatrically releasing the animated films. But
it does make sense. You have these animated films that do very well in Japan. You release them in limited releases, like in Australia, and I presume only in America as well. And then you are now going, you know what? Fuck those pre-existing movies that won't cost us much at all to release over here if we promoted and hyped them well enough. Let's fucking go and make a live action of something that features magical creatures that are going to all be CGI, all ridiculous.
I get it, and it does sound ridiculous, but there's been so much of this stuff in the past where people just react negatively immediately, and then it either just goes unnoticed or does well. You know what I mean? I'm sure back in the day, it was only in the 2000s or something that comic book movies started to get good. Yeah. Before that, it was, why are you going to make a live action movie about a guy swinging around on webs or throwing things and they come back to him, or turn it into a big green monster? And then they started to make them and they were crap. And then they were kind of camp, but kind of, you know.
So you're saying we're in the Daredevil phase. We're in the first Daredevil movie phase right now for anime movies.
I think
where Daredevil is jumping in the air, flipping 50 feet, and landing on a clock tower. Is that what phase we're in?
He probably could do that, though.
He probably could do that, but
I'm talking about the shitty Ben Affleck fucking acting.
That's what I'm talking about.
But not the fact that Daredevil could flip and hit a clock tower.
No, watch those fucking flips because they look so shit.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, look at
He's so adamant about how shit they are.
I think it's finding the voice of the medium, like adjusting it enough that it's the same, but it works. Obviously, you can't do the same thing. There's a lot of shots in comics that you get them in the movie, but they change them because that's just not how it translates. But you look at movies nowadays, and because pretty much every movie is a superhero movie, which is good if you like superhero movies.
Yes,
if you don't, there's not as much.
Tough titties.
But now, like watching movies now, you can watch Marvel and see the Avengers, and you can see the Hulk and Iron Man, which is a big green monster, and a guy in a metal suit that shoots lasers, and now a guy with a cape who's a robot alien, and then a guy and it looks good.
But here's the thing, Kane. Those films...
By the way, everyone, feel free to talk about this. I haven't seen much activity there, so, opinions.
Those Marvel films and DC films, all that, or mostly the Marvel ones, while they're so outlandish and have all this ridiculous, fantasy as well, they're all also quite grounded in reality. Like, they take the comic and they make it a bit more realistic in a way. You're not seeing the most ridiculous shit from comics happen.
That's what I mean. They figured out what they needed to rewrite to fix it in a way. It's not
to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, they got Thor, and it's like Thor is a god from a different dimension, but they just show it, and you're like, wow, look at this place, it's Norse, and then they jump him into the real world and compare and stuff. It's not like in the comics where I'm pretty sure Asgard got destroyed at some point, and then they rebuilt it like in New Jersey or something like that, or like Oklahoma. I can't remember. Somewhere in America.
Why?
Utterly insane.
That's what I mean. It's a comic, and it's ridiculous. But if you're in the medium of comic, you're like, okay, I've been following this story arc for 3 years now. That's not the weirdest thing I've seen. But going on to, you're talking about Ghost in the Shell, that's pretty realistic for live action.
That could quite easily be
even Full Metal Alchemist. All they have to do is get good CGI for when a dude claps his hands and rocks change.
Yeah, like, honestly, Ghost in the Shell will quite easily make a good film. Unfortunately, I don't think Pokemon is something that will translate that well. I don't
think so either.
I don't think Pokemon is something that, and looking at the studios that are in the bidding war for it, I'm sorry, but when these studios, when was the last time they did something good? Legendary? Sony? What the fuck? Warner Brothers? Of that fucking bomb of Batman vs Superman? Are we kidding?
What if they
I love Sword Art. Zephyria says, what if, as long as Sword Art Online doesn't get live action.
You know what? That probably
will eventually.
What?
Only a matter of time.
What if they threw you a curveball and Pokemon the live action movie is like the first spliced 2D footage live action movie in a long time?
You know,
it's like Looney Tunes back in action.
I'd be more into that.
You know what? I'd give it a go if it was like Roger Rabbit style.
You know what? That era of films, they've made like, I don't know how many of those they made. There's got to be like 5 or 6.
Dude, you probably count on 2 hands.
At least ones I know.
Give us a Space Jam Pokemon movie. I want to see, and not just the fact that it's cartoon in real life. I want to see them play basketball.
You know who will and would make a good Pokemon movie, even if they made it live action? Disney.
Think so?
100%.
You know what?
100%.
I'll take this. Let's not go live action. Let's meet halfway. Do a CGI Pokemon movie. Whoever made fucking Zootopia, get them on that.
Disney?
No, but I'm saying the particular studio. Whoever did that, I know Disney.
A live action
but the same
Pokemon,
team. You know what I'm saying?
Think of it like this: get the pricks doing that Jungle Book. Get them to do Pokemon.
A realistic Pokemon?
Yeah. Why not?
I think
that's the only way it's going to be fucking good, because if you get Legendary to make it, what the fuck good movies have they made? Allegiant and fucking Divergent, whatever the fuck.
Shit.
Sony, Amazing Spider-Man fucking is shit. Batman vs Superman and Warner Brothers. When the fuck's Warner Brothers done anything good?
Jesus
Fuck
Christ.
them. I'm sick of these guys.
I'm on my own
All right,
on Sony. They're making a Ratchet Clank movie.
All right, man.
Yeah, we probably won't be released here.
So I hope it's released here.
I'm not happy.
All right.
I'm sad.
All right, dude.
I think it's just that
You want to touch your leg?
Yeah.
Pokemon will be inherently...
Hey, I didn't say take it off.
Sorry. Pokemon will be terrifying in real life. Pokemon are cute because they're cartoons. It's like, look, it's Charizard. in CGI or HD, it's a goddamn dragon that's on fire. It's not going to be child friendly.
No, it's going to essentially be the movie Reign of Fire. Has no one seen Reign of Fire?
No.
I thought I'd get a better laugh. Haven't
No.
you? You know, dragons can't see at dusk.
Oh, you told me about that.
That's dragon vision.
I think when you told me that, I'm like, that's one movie I'll never see.
Because they can see well in the day and they can see well at night. You know where they can't see well? They're in the middle.
Is that the most ridiculous thing in the world?
In that movie, Matthew McConaughey had a beard but no hair. He was bald.
Okay.
That was ridiculous.
Not a fan.
Also, it had that dude in it, Batman, Christian Bale. What's his name?
Christian
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Gerard Butler as well.
Oh, he's good.
He's all right.
Gamer.
Wasn't a bad movie. Gamer was a shithouse movie.
Oh, I like that movie.
Gamer.
Ugh. You like that movie?
Yeah, I like Gamer. It was fucking weird, but
Please.
it was fun.
Please, Luke.
It was a fun movie. I like when he gets out of the game.
That's,
You know what? The guys
that's
that
when
make
the game
Gamer
truly
should
begins.
make Sword Art Online live action.
Yeah, sure. What's going on in the comment there, Kane? Let's
we've got
update us
I
here.
got a comment from Jacob Judy about the Pokemon thing, saying the movie title "Who Framed Pikachu."
Ooh.
It'd be awesome.
Who framed Bunnelby? He's a
framed
rabbit.
Bunnelby?
Oh, there we go.
Right? I'm trying to think of like
He's
a
so
Roger
big, he's
Rabbit.
like
Who's
so
like
like-
a
He's
who framed
Roger
Barney
Yeah,
Bunnelby?
there you go.
There,
Barney
fuck it.
Who are you gonna get as the cop instead?
Who was the cop in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
What's his name?
He's always like, I'm angry.
No, the guy, he passed away.
I'm
not too long
angry.
ago. What's his name?
The live action dude. Oh shit,
Yeah,
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, he's always angry.
Well, Bob Hoskins will obviously be played by.
Rabbit.
Who's the modern day Bob Hoskins?
There is no modern day Bob
Who would
Hoskins.
play Eddie
He played
Valor
one of the
too?
Mario brothers.
Who would play Eddie Valor too? That was the character's name in the movie.
Who's gonna play the Weasel? It should be like Furret.
Crazy.
How many weasels were there in that movie? Was it just the one?
I think there was three.
So it'll be Furret,
They laughed themselves to death.
right? It'll be Furret is one of the weasels.
Sure.
Any other weasel Pokemon?
Probably.
Come on, I know you know Pokemon.
Snivy.
Well,
Yeah, all right.
that's
He's kind of a snake.
He's a slippery little bugger.
Snivy.
slippery?
It'll be Furret, Snivy. You got to give us one.
I don't know. Lee Noon looks the same as.
Linoon.
Or
I was
Linoon.
I was trying to go for like 3 of them, but he fucked us up with the whole Snivy thing and ruined the bit. You know?
Snivy is good.
So
Snivy is
What
life.
else we got? Detective Pikachu the movie. That's pretty much the inverse of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If he is the detective.
Who did frame Pikachu?
I
is
don't
the
know.
guy who played Columbo still alive?
No.
Peter Falk.
He died?
Probably. I don't know actually.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
I don't know about Peter Falk.
It's a very unconfident yes.
I haven't,
He's
I haven't
rolling his
really.
grave.
Maybe.
I haven't really followed the exploits of that particular actor.
Right, you love the
Since
old guys.
The Great
though.
Race.
Who plays a good cop? Let's say who's like a very actors that play cops, like The Shield. Who's that?
Oh, Chickless. No, not Chickless.
Chickless?
Is he in that? No.
Michael
Chickless?
Is he in the Shield?
He doesn't play a good cop.
TJ Hooker,
What about Shatner?
Shatner.
What about Donnie Wahlberg? He's in Blue Bloods.
Oh, Donnie Walls.
Mm.
Donnie Walls. Who's a good
What's that-
detective?
What's that movie with Will Ferrell?
Friggin'
Oh, holy shit! Every Will Ferrell movie. What are you on about?
the other
mate.
guys.
Don't put me on show now.
The other guys.
Yeah. When
No,
the
he's
Rock,
not like.
you
I'm
remember
saying-
when The Rock
Just get Tom
jumps
Selleck.
off the building and dies?
I'll go with Selleck.
Just get Tom Selleck.
Can The
So
Rock
Selleck is going to play Pikachu. That's what I'm going on.
Turns up in his old Ferrari.
Is this an action movie?
So Jacob Judy is saying, make it John Goodman. So John Goodman to play
Done.
Detective Pikachu.
Done.
Is that it? You're right. Go one more time.
We
Scout,
should've
he's just-
Done.
There you
We
go.
shouldn't make movies. We're not that good, I don't think.
So okay, let's end this segment by saying, go back to the very beginning. Who would you cast in? I was gonna say Ghost in the Shell. We don't really know Ghost in the Shell that well.
That's
So,
true. I don't really.
Let's
know
go.
Ghost in the Shell
Let's.
that
You know
well.
what? Let's just go for who legit would you cast in a Pokemon movie? I'm
As-
talking Ash, Misty, Brock. Let's get
Jeez.
Ash, Misty, and Brock.
and the talking Pokemon. Let's get a voice for Mewtwo and a voice for Meowth. And this is going out to you, the people watching. I can actually point you.
so Ash, Misty, Brock, Meowth, Mewtwo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who else talks? Let's go to the original generation, right? The original couple movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyone else talk from like the original like Gen 1?
From the series or from the movies?
Yeah, from the series, whatever.
From the series, no, not really. I don't think so.
From the movies?
From the movies, all of the main legendary Pokemon.
Who? Mewtwo?
This is Mewtwo and Meow.
I'm saying Gen 1.
Oh, Gen 1. Mewtwo, I guess. Yeah.
So Mewtwo. Let's stick to that. So who's playing Ash?
It has to be a young guy, I'd say.
So we got Zafira is saying John Cena can play a ghost Pokemon.
You can't see me.
Jacob Judy is saying Tobey Maguire for Ash, Christina Hendricks for Misty, and The Rock for Brock. The Brock, sorry. All right, so it's a very interesting cast. Christina Hendricks is far too hot to be Misty. Way too hot.
Misty's pretty hot. She was my first crush.
Shut up. All right.
So what is the point of this movie? Are they supposed to be like 10-year-old characters?
Get off.
It's like
No, if that is
Super 8, the
if that's the
Pokemon movie.
If that's the case, you do need to get young actors.
No, fuck it. Just make it funny. Guys, you know, so serious. Don't get so serious. Ash Ketchum's should be... I love...
The Rock.
The Rock!
Virtua Muser saying Brock for Brock, as in Brock Lesnar for Brock.
No, if we're going fucking wrestling, get fucking
Oh,
John
we're not,
Cena.
though.
He has a hat. Get
Okay, so John Cena's Ash.
John Cena as Ash.
He's got the shorts. Wait, Ash has long pants.
Brock Lesnar as Brock.
Brock Lesnar as a Machamp. CGI 2 extra arms on Brock Lesnar.
You don't need to. They come off his muscles somehow. It's like, alright.
And then what is he saying?
Bradley Cooper for Ash. Roman Reigns
For James. But who's Jesse? Who's Jesse then?
Undertaker for Misty. Man,
Oh
the chat
my
is coming
God.
alive with wrestlers for Pokemon characters.
I came to play.
WWE Studios will win the bidding
I
war.
would love that. You know, WWE Studios are the people who made the Marine
So,
and the Pokemon the movie.
so would Ash be like the Miz then, or
Oh, Ash would be
No.
the Miz.
I came to play. Got a price to pay.
All right.
There's crawfish coming.
So who was that for Jesse?
also Roman?
So Roman Reigns is playing Jesse and James. No, how about this? How about this?
Suffering succotash,
How about this?
son.
Luke, the Shield will be Jesse, James, and Meow.
Yep, there we go.
So who would be
Roman
Meow?
Reigns.
Meow.
Roman Reigns. Meow. Suffering succotash. That's right.
And then so Jesse could be, let's say, what's the guy with the spaghetti hair again?
Dolph Ziggler.
No, the dude from the Shield.
Oh, in the Shield.
I can't remember his name.
Oh,
He has a half hair. Seth
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins.
Seth Rollins will be Jesse.
And then Dean Ambrose is
Dean
James.
Ambrose is James. Because you know how James has a tendency to go absolutely ballistic.
Yes.
You know, take me to Suplex City
And
now.
how-
One ticket, please.
Is Jesse
I'm on the
everyone's
road to
bitch like
Suplex
Seth
City.
Rollins is, or
Perhaps, yes.
Okay.
So Brock Lesnar will play a Machamp,
Yes.
as it is, Speedos and all. Right?
Or none.
Or none. It's fine. It's okay. Who will play Ash? Did we already say John Cena is Ash?
Yeah. he is.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are the ones.
I
that
can
know
imagine
wrestling.
John
Luke
Cena
knows wrestling
coming
more
in
than
with a hat. He's fucking, you know,
Is that why
jean
he has a hat?
shorts.
I think he
His hat, his jean shorts, topless.
Ash doesn't even wear shorts.
He doesn't wear shorts.
He wears pants.
No, he wears jeans in the first part, and now he wears jean shorts.
Not
Yeah,
jorts. He doesn't wear jorts.
He wears jorts in the movie, all right?
Does he wear jorts?
It's made by WWE Studios.
So we have Virtual Muser who knows what's going on. So he's saying Vince McMahon as Giovanni, which I think is perfect, right? Who's the too perfect?
Jim Ross for Oak.
Who's Jim Ross?
It's a very old announcer in WWE.
We also have other comments saying Triple H can play Oak, and apparently all of New Day can play Meow.
New Day!
I would like
Meow, that's right!
Triple H as Professor Oak.
Just pedigree everyone.
Everyone.
The authority always wins.
No, I think Professor Oak should be Vince McMahon. Oh, I guess no. See, Giovanni. I was thinking Vince McMahon because then Gary could be fucking his son,
Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think Vince McMahon, like Virtual Muser said, is best as Giovanni.
Yeah.
So who would be? So like, I don't know. Where's the lineage there in wrestling? Who's grandson? And you cannot be The Rock and his large Samoan family. Because we all know every Samoan that wrestles is related to The Rock.
Yeah,
Man,
all Roman Reigns, all
the
the
people watching really like wrestling because we're gonna.
There's such a wrestling
hold on a second.
anime crossover.
I'm going to try not to
here.
yell because I'm closer to the
We
mic.
have
Rusev for Lieutenant Surge because
America.
because he fucking hates America. I would have said Jack Swagger for fucking Lieutenant Surge,
Yeah.
but we'll go Rusev.
The people.
He was in a war.
Shawn Michaels for Gary.
I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy.
Randy Orton for Gary.
Who is saying this?
We haven't figured out who Misty is. Let's get some of the divas. Oh, not divas.
No, they're not
women
divas anymore.
champions.
They're superstars,
Yeah,
women
that's it.
wrestlers.
So who would be? You know who would be? The chick from NXT. Or she might not be in NXT anymore. The chick that has like the kawaii. What's her name?
Oh, Bailey.
Bailey.
Okay.
Is she in NXT still?
Yes,
She has the side ponytail
Yes.
like Misty.
Yes, she lost her title to Asuka when she got wrecked. So
Oh yeah, because Asuka wrestles now, right?
yes, and she's fucking good.
I think Jesse should be Natalia,
Yep.
and James should be that dickhead. What's his name again?
Tyson
Kidd.
I love my cat and watching Daniel Bryan wrestle.
See, the cat is Meowth.
Yep.
And Daniel Bryan is. Anyone have a beard in Pokemon? Blaine. Shave his head.
So you're saying
It
that
can be Blaine.
James secretly loves Blaine?
Blaine.
Jesse walks in Brian panties. Hello, James.
Shut up!
Shut up! I'm watching Blaine Poker Battle.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god.
Anyone who watches Total Divas will understand that.
Yes. I think we've cast it.
With WWE Studios producing
I
it.
feel like we've cast it. Yeah, I really can't.
This is a weird crossover.
I love it.
And
Also,
also
it
showing-
has blown off.
And also showing how much the people that listen know about it. Because
Vera has said.
Zafira said that the what are they? Not the Divas, the Women's League or whatever it's
Yes.
called now. It would be perfect for the grass gym. Because remember how you couldn't fight the grass gym unless you're a woman in the first Pokemon game? That was the point. They're like, we don't let men in here, and you're like, well, how am I supposed to challenge the Elite Four then? I need all the badges, and you won't let me in because I'm a dude.
Wow.
What are you on about?
That's sexist.
That's why Ash had to cross-dress in the first season.
Oh, that's why he had to cross.
You
Remember?
suck.
He cross-dresses Ashley.
Wouldn't that just be Ash's normal name?
A little bit on. Well,
Could be.
could be.
They
Yeah,
never
Ash is
said.
like Ash is short for Ashley, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Ash Williams from.
Is
Army
his
of
name
Darkness.
Ashley?
I'm pretty sure his name
Or
is
do people
Ashley.
just call him that?
I'm pretty sure his name's Ashley, but they just call him Ash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, if his name was just Ash and people called him Ash.
I could have been.
Well, Ash
like-
could be short for Trash, so
Well, it's like,
Trash Ketchum. That's might be his name.
isn't that one of the things?
I'm gonna call my baby boy Trash.
No. Isn't that a thing that Ashley used to be a masculine name?
Oh, I bet a lot of names.
Like,
yeah, like
the
that.
only two that I know used to be were Ashley and Claire. They used to be masculine names, and then
Claire.
I'm not sure when they
Claire, yeah.
transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Claire ever been a boy's
way
name?
back.
Yeah,
in
it
the
used to
day,
be. Way
yeah.
back. Way back.
Way back.
Well, not way back. Maybe 20s, 40s. I don't know.
That's pretty way
Weird.
back.
That's pretty. It used to be a guy's name.
Almost
I don't know
100
when it
almost 100
changed.
years.
That's the same with any name. Like half names didn't exist, then one person wrote it in a book, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I want to name my kid that." You're like, "Yeah, all right."
So isn't Frank like kind of spawned off like all these different versions of that name? Like, what's that? Francis. What's the other one that you said before? Francesco, whatever Italian.
Francois, Francesco.
Yeah, whatever.
Francois.
You told me it
They're
before.
just like
the Italian version.
Language alterations, right? This is
But my name is
Francois
not-
French.
It's mine's on my birth certificate is just Frank. It's not an Italian alteration of that. So
But that's just a more
So there's different versions of.
UK American translation of like Francesco or Francois or Francis or something, or just like a shortened version. of it.
Francisco.
Like you said,
Francisco
Ash
is an
is short for Ashley. Ash is just a name now. Like people are called Ash.
Francesco.
yeah, that's right. Like
That's a
they
new
just
game
shortened
reference.
it. Francesco.
That's the name of their trumpet. Actually, it's Francesca too because Francesca one died.
How?
What do you
I think Chris Jericho did
The
a code
trumpet
break on it or
that
something.
New Day play. Who, by the way?
It's a trombone, you fool.
Sorry, man.
New Day rocks.
No, they don't. They had the oddest entrance at WrestleMania I've ever seen.
I guess that would. Yeah, that's actually a crossover with Japanese culture.
They came out dressed as Saiyans playing a trumpet.
Well, they came out of a giant Bootio's cereal box, for starters.
Which tipped on its side. Were they in there? They were in there. And it tipped on its side. They all came out upright.
How'd that work?
I wonder. Magic.
I have no idea what you're talking. I didn't see it. Wait.
No, you didn't see it, but you know.
They were in a giant cereal box.
Essentially a giant cereal box, and the cereal box tipped over on its side, and huge cereal came out, and they walked out dressed as Vegeta. One was playing the trumpet. Yeah. So.
If it wasn't planned, they probably just stood up if they fell over.
No, I don't think. Really? Pretty sure in wrestling, if you fall down, you never get back up.
No,
if it's in the script.
Game over.
Game over.
1, 2, 3 pinned.
So let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
I want to talk about. So Yokai Watch 3 is coming out in Japan.
Yes, it is.
16th of June, right?
That's on.
Probably sure.
But what do you mean sure? I know it is.
Okay.
Why are you saying sure?
Because I didn't know.
Anyway, this.
I did because I read our content.
Good.
This
You're a Sapion.
New preview came out, which showed a bunch of the new mechanics and also a few of the new yokai.
Are they new characters?
Yeah, so there's new characters, but there's also alterations of old characters. So Jibanyan now has one called Tomnyan, which is like blonde and has like a coif of hair. And the Komasan brothers are now called the KK brothers. And one is like
It's awfully close to KKK.
Right?
No, see, you saying Tomnyan and the KK brothers makes me think it's an Animal Crossing crossover.
Right?
KK Slider.
And like Tom Nook.
No, so that doesn't look anything like that.
They're nothing related.
So the KK brothers are like, they're supposed to be explorers. So Koba-san has like a cowboy hat and he's always holding up a sign that says, I love New York. Right? Right? There's also new characters like the new legendary yokai, Columbus. It's just a dog in a boat.
It's Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
If you didn't get that from Columbus.
Oh, he's a dog.
So he's a dog. There's also a new tribe, the Rogue Tribe.
That I think is cool.
Which the first yokai they've revealed of it is called like, I think it's like Android Yamada.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's a reference to, but it's like an older gentleman with a mustache. It's so random. But then there's all these alts of, so like, you know how there's like Jibanyan and Tomnyan?
So you can still get the original?
I think you can.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also stuff like, so Tattletale, she has an alternative where she's like holding a tray of cookies and just looks like an old, like nice lady.
Okay.
There's Hungramps, but he's heaps big and has a pitchfork and is dressed like a farmer. Rough Rap has like a baseball cap and a hoodie.
He looks
and
cool.
A spray can. My favorite one I told you about on the way here, which is like, you know, Meramalayan.
Yeah.
He's like the crazy, he's like the little lion.
Blazion,
sorry. In this one, I think his name is like Pelamalayan. And he's basically Meramalayan, but he's standing upright. He has a book and he's like that, right? He has a huge blonde afro. His nose is long. He has like, I think he has jewelry around his neck. He's wearing like a stripe. It looks like Where's Wally and jeans, which are like, okay, I guess that's like what they think is American. But someone kind of like broke it down and was like, so in like, they released like a statement of him. So it's like, they assume, like the Japanese associate Americans with blonde hair, afros, that stripy shirt, and long noses. And the book that he's holding is a English to Japanese dictionary. And his whole character is based on the fact that he walks around looking through his dictionary to try to pick up Japanese girls in Japanese. That is what they think
and
of.
This is a yokai.
Japan is a long way behind in the what they consider appropriate stereotypes.
The stereotype doesn't even make sense.
No.
It's like, that's the thing, is in every anime, it's like, is this person American? They're blonde, have blue eyes, like really tall.
Yeah.
They're either like really jacked or really like curvy if it's a woman. And they, usually are kind of arrogant or don't know what's going on.
They're always
like
dicks and
America.
don't know nothing.
So that's one of the new ones.
And
they also changed the mechanics. You don't spin a wheel anymore.
Huh.
You have a 3x3 grid.
Okay.
And you line up 6 and you can literally move them around the grid. So it's like, if you have like 3 and 3, you can move one up here, and it will boost the one in front of it or below it or whatever. So it's like that's new. They've done the whole Pokemon Yellow thing, so like your main yokai will follow you now.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's as you can see there.
Usapion is following around there.
Yeah. They've also announced that the 2 versions will be called Sushi and Tempura. I'm not sure why, considering it's set in St. Peanutsburg. A pun on...
Fun on what?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg, but that is not in America.
No.
No.
Is that in Russia?
It is in Russia. So why is it a pun when they're in America?
Why is it peanuts?
Right, so St. Peanutsburg. Any more questions?
Good grief.
Yeah, it's going to be rad. And we haven't even got Yokai Watch 2.
I will say I like this new female character. She's really cute, and I like Usapion as well. So
it looks like we have a Japanese member of the audience.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
cool.
Japan is very odd with the stereotype. I think I brought it up in a video we just put up about Street Fighter, where all the different stages are just the most stereotypical you can get. It's like, hey, this is Russian stage. You're in like a circus. There's a bear in the background.
Riding a tricycle.
There's a hammer and wheat insignia on the back. There's just Matryoshka dolls everywhere.
Yep.
The London one,
Russian,
the London one is at a train station. The London, I don't know what the Royal Guard or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think you got that right.
Red jacket and the big hat.
Yeah.
And there's like a punk band and a pub and just an old dude in a hat with a cane, and you're like, this is everything anyone ever looked up and thought.
Street Fighter.
I think
They
that's
look like
in England.
The band in the station looks like the Clash.
Probably are the Clash.
You're like,
hey, can someone in the comment section Google translate what that Japanese person said? I'm curious.
Yeah, please do that. What's the username, by the way?
Little Chandy.
Little Chandy.
Good.
That's cute. I hope they're not just saying like "fuck off," like
"fuck you guys."
Yeah,
you're a mockery of our culture.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, so I like that. I think it's funny.
I have no idea about this yokai situation. Even then, the premise is like Dark Pokemon anyway. It's like, look at all these yokai friends you can get. They're all dead. You've almost witnessed Jibanyan being killed.
By the way, it seems like 2 people have commented. Apparently, it's Oishi, as in like delicious or tasty.
Why are you saying that?
Maybe because we're talking about sushi and tempura.
Oh, okay.
Lucas easily turned around.
Makes sense.
So Yokai Watch 1 and the anime was pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Have there been any news on the turnaround for Yokai Watch 2?
For us,
so the director,
English audience.
I guess we'd get it around the same time we got Yokai Watch 1, but towards the end of this year.
About 4 months ago or so, the director of Yokai Watch, like level 5, sorry, the CEO said, just in a passing interview, we are making preparations to release Yokai 2 in the West soon.
Okay.
So soon to them could mean, I would say Christmas. It's a big selling time.
They would push it around then.
Soon is code for it's happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty happy about the success of the series in the West. You know what's funny? I was at work the other day, and one of the kids at work came up to me and goes, "Oh, so I was watching Channel Go, and I remember you told me about this show, Yokai Watch." And I was like, "You mean Yokai Watch?" And they go, "Oh, yeah." And they're like, "I really like it." It was an episode where this elephant was making everyone piss on the wall. And they thought it was funny, and I was like, okay, so people are watching this shit.
I love my little cousin. It was my mom's birthday the other day, so we all had like a big family get-together. And my little cousin was like, "Oh, Frank, you know, I've been watching Yokai Watch, and me and my friends are watching Yokai Watch." And he's like, "How cool is it that there's like this 4th Yokai Watch game?" I'm like, "There is no 4th Yokai Watch game." And he's like, "I'm pretty sure there is, Frank." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure you know nothing." Yeah. But it's just, I like that, you know, back when we were young, it was shit like that. Oh, my cousin knows someone who knows how to get the mad special Digimon. There's a 4th Yokai Watch. But the fact that he is saying that just means that they're all talking about it, which I think is rad.
You can get a secret Jibanyan. It's in the truck near the SSN.
What game are we talking about now? Obviously, Digimon World.
My cousin Daniel's been playing it as well, actually. So
Giovannion.
That's a good one. Make him happy.
Oh my god.
Make it happen, people.
Giovanni.
Level 5, Game Freak, whoever, Pokemon Company. Let's get on that. Let's do a crossover.
I like Giovanni.
Give it to me now.
So yeah, I mean, Yokai Watch 3 is coming out, and I'm pretty damn excited.
It's a fun series, fun games, and it has like a broad appeal. I love it. It's so quirky, and like I feel like they have that kind of mentality. It was like anything can be a fucking yokai.
Oh yeah,
we do not give a shit. Like there's a yokai who has several eyes. There's an eel that is a yokai. There's a fucking
comedian eel.
Eel. A comedian eel, yes. It's like anything can really be a yokai. It's pretty cool.
It was funny, like Yokai Watch, I think out of, maybe not out of everything, but I was talking about Yokai Watch to Crystal in front of Matthew the other day, and we were having a genuine conversation. We're like, oh, but what about Komasan and Jibanyan? But when you evolve Jibanyan or whatever, yada yada. And Matthew turned around and he's like, I actually don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he's like, it's so confusing to me. And I'm like, oh, like it didn't resonate in my head. It's like, oh, okay, he doesn't play Yokai Watch. This actually is super weird to him. Like just talking about,
It's the same with anything. If you don't watch it,
you just have no idea.
It doesn't make sense. But if you don't watch an anime, it doesn't make sense.
Even more.
And it scares you.
I'm afraid.
Because you're like, hey, yeah, this is my favorite show. And then you watch it and you're like, okay, I'm sorry, you got to tell me. Like, why did that guy turn into a robot? You're like, because he's like his dad was a robot or some nonsense. Like, cool. Okay, cool. Right. When did we get to the moon? It's like, yeah, we're always on the moon.
It's fine, fine. And his sister wants to fuck him. Is that a thing? She definitely wants to fuck him, but that's only half.
That's always a thing. Watch anime, you get used to it.
If you have a sister, she wants to fuck you.
Because, I don't want to delve into, but that's a thing in Japan for some reason. It's always a thing in Japan.
Yeah.
Why?
Like anything else, there's a lot of smut in anime. You just gotta filter out the shit.
Why that? Like, they write a childhood friend into every goddamn series. Why not them? Like, why?
Happens.
You're saying you don't always want to have sex with your half sister? Please, Kane, wake up.
There's a lot of half sisters.
All like adopted sisters and stuff.
Yeah. That's how they get around it. Some people, they're like, I don't want it to be like that. My
true love
be
comes
different.
through adoption.
They're adopted.
Oh. Listen, like in Air Gear,
like in
where
Air Gear.
Iki was adopted, wanted to bang everyone, but one of them also wanted to bang him.
Oh.
She was very coy, though. She was
the coyest.
There is no coyer.
Then Ringo?
No. Old Ringo Starr.
Not Star.
No?
No.
What was that?
Noyama.
Noya or something? It was something similar.
What I said was incorrect.
I haven't watched Air Gear in a while.
Do not take what I said.
Frank, can you explain this yokai to me that looks like a giant blueberry with a tree growing out of it?
It's like a big mountain, I think. Yeah. These ones haven't been shown. Like, these ones haven't been...
Well, the one that is just a house?
Yeah, there's also one that is just a hamburger.
That just looks like no way but happy in a party.
Yeah. So there's one that's just a hamburger. There's one that is a corn on the cob. There's
Did
one
the
that's
corn die and become a yokai?
Probably. There's a cheerleader.
A cheerleader died?
Don't you love that about, I guess, the mythos or the legends of Japan where just anything happens? Like anything goes.
Also, sorry, before you go on, there's a pelican, a bipedal pelican, so it stands upright, that is wearing a cowboy hat and a suit that is the American flag. And continue.
I'm sorry, but what though? And when?
Give me this game now!
That's not a joke. It's a pelican wearing an American flag suit.
I mean, I thought it was ridiculous that in Yokai Watch 1, there's a hat that was left in the cupboard, died somehow, and became a yokai?
Yeah, no, I think like regular things can die. Like chairs. Like chairs are killable.
Man, you can't stop umbrellas from dying.
You cannot stop umbrellas from dying.
They get holes in them and then they die. And then the hole gets a eye and they're bouncing around and they're like, I want to be your friend. And you're like, you got it, umbrella.
All right.
What do we got going on in the chat there?
Apple, but will you be my friend?
Our chat is just talking to each other about learning Japanese.
Good job, everyone. Is little Chandy there?
I wish I knew Japanese, but I have not put in any effort to learn it.
If you guys want us to talk about anything on this podcast, considering this is one of the rare times we can actually talk directly to you, let us know, and we'll jump on that subject as quickly as we possibly can.
Ask us what you want us to talk about or something.
Anyway, what should we go on to next? We got a couple little things here.
Close this one off.
All right. Yeah, we can get rid of this one. So we're just working with tabs as we usually do. We're checking up our own stuff as well as other people's stuff, but other people's stuff just isn't as good.
Well, you guys are the ones doing a lot more of the news.
Ooh,
So
beautiful.
any news you guys want to talk about? I've been behind doing behind the scenes stuff.
So in all honesty, news has been kind of thin lately. It's not.
It's a slow period of view.
I don't find a lot of the new stuff that's coming out exciting. There's a lot of like stuff that we've seen about 10 times already, just rehashing of the same thing.
I'd say no new movies, but we did that. We didn't talk about it, but I assure you at least 40 plays have come out in Japan this week based on anime.
Oh yeah, like stage plays and whatnot.
They are big for like
Huge.
They're big.
Huge.
There's
And
like
also-
Naruto. There's the probably Fairy Tail. Probably
Is it One Piece?
I watched the
There's
Hunter
the
on
show. They-
YouTube.
Really?
They're everywhere.
It was crap.
Yeah, it's a
They have
stage
subtitles?
play.
They have subtitles.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was not.
Just Luke. I don't understand any of this. This is terrible.
Throw
I'm
it out.
confused.
In the
I'm
trash
scared.
review. Be gone.
When are we gonna get the dub of Hunter x Hunter?
I watched an episode of it already.
Oh, where?
I didn't.
Oh,
Good job.
so why did you
Good
say
job.
it?
Yeah. So why
Nah,
did
it's,
you
on,
say
it's
that?
on YouTube. People are putting it up.
Yeah.
So.
Also,
You
like,
showed
was
us a
it-
clip that I
Yeah.
assume one of
The full
first,
episode is up on YouTube. Obviously, it's not legally available.
Wink.
Wink, but
So Virtual Muser has said we should talk
What a
about
slip.
why anime reboots are not common in Hollywood reboots. We already kind of spoke about that earlier, and we were talking about how
read that off again, like as word for word, please.
Yeah,
Ian.
sorry.
Just why anime reboots aren't as common as movie reboots.
Oh, that's not really what we talked about.
Oh, sorry, I didn't read that properly.
Because
I can once again, I cannot see from back here.
Is it next season? Because aren't they doing like a D Gray Man new anime series? Or is that a different part?
Okay.
I never saw that series.
I'm not too sure if that's a continuation or a different part. But anime reboots are not very common, simply for the fact that a lot of the stuff that was made in the past is not really something that attracts the audience of today. It's simple as that. Changing times, things differ. But then again, there is some exceptions to the rules, such as Ushio and Tora, which aren't really a reboot, but it's bringing something really old into modern. Hunt Hunters is an actual reboot.
It's an actual reboot.
Obviously-
Would that be a reboot or a remake? What is the difference? Is there any difference between the two?
Well, that's the thing. A reboot.
I don't actually know.
They're basically the same.
No, remake is recreating it, I guess.
Exactly.
As it was. Reboot is changing it to make it appeal to like a new audience.
Which is what
Right.
the Hunt Hunter one did. It
Essentially.
rebooted it and was more faithful to the anime, to the manga.
Manga, yeah.
Remake's
on-
probably like we're just going to recast. It's
So-
similar. It's going to hit the same beats.
Look at
Reboot's
it,
like
sure.
we're starting again.
Look at
Fresh.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
That's a reboot as well.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
Just
by the way,
not-
sorry,
no
Little
way.
Chandy, he or she wanted us to talk about the whole Scarlett Johansson thing. We talked about that at the start of the video podcast, so when it comes out again, you can go back to the start and listen to that.
but yeah, in regards to what's it called? What the fuck was I saying?
Oh, you were talking about the
Reboots.
reboots.
Reboots. I think it's a case where things aren't often rebooted because in anime and in manga, things often have a use by date in a way.
Yeah.
Which I think films do as well, but a lot of time it's still are remade anyways. But with anime, I feel like it's a lot more. Sometimes the story or the setting or even the idea behind it or just the way it was written back in that time doesn't really translate that well to now. Or maybe there's just flat out no interest.
I think
in a
there's just
reboot.
too much stuff coming out.
There's always something new. And I think in Japan, it's more a case of people want to see something new rather than
Well, anime
what
is
they're already
also
seeing.
more of a niche market than a Hollywood audience. And while a Hollywood audience, by definition, the film wants to appeal to the lowest denominator so they can get the most business. Anime is just goddamn weird by itself. So they make a lot of weird shows because someone's going to like it. There's like a lot of anime that are just 3-minute episodes, or it's some premise where they're like, hey, look, this animal can talk and is like working at a business and they're doing stocks for some reason. And someone's like, yeah, I'll give that a go. And they're like, this is the best. He's cute. Where's my plushie of little, I don't know, like.
I'll put
Gordon
this,
Gekko,
I'll put
the
this
gecko.
out there. I think
Gordon Gekko is the gecko from Wall Street.
Yeah, from Wall Street.
I think it is a positive thing that anime and manga are not stuck in the cycle of rebooting, because we're seeing more original and new creations born into the world.
That's right.
Which to me is something that Hollywood and American cinema and even American TV to an extent suffers from, is that a lot of time there's not new original ideas being put out there. And a lot of time the ones that are new original ideas, like a movie I seen last year I really loved, American Ultra, got slammed by critics, shit box office, but that to me was a fantastic original film.
Yeah.
Then you have, reboots, remakes, or even sequels to things like Jurassic World, which to me was a fun movie, but was it a great movie? I don't think so. But it became like the third best-selling movie of all time.
Right.
So you got to look at it from a perspective of, I think the audience is different, as Kane said. Lowest common denominator works.
Yeah, but even then, it might just be
definite
opinion. It's a weird kind of tenacity where if a movie doesn't work, they just wait a bit and then just remake it. But even then, Zafira brought up a point about Full Metal being odd because it finished so long ago.
I feel like
technically, it could be a reboot in a way, but it is, but it isn't, because this is the first time it was in live action form. So people wouldn't necessarily classify it as a reboot.
Are we talking about the movie?
Full Metal movie, the live action one that they're doing, or whatever.
I think it's well past its use-by date again. I feel like
but Full Metal's weird. Like, Full Metal is one of the ones with staying power. People still recommend that people should check out.
I think people still recommend it, but I feel like the hype of Full Metal died in 2009 with Brotherhood.
I kind of think I might be in the middle of you guys. I might have like a totally different view. I don't think shows or movies or animes have a use-by date. I think they have like a, how would you say it? Like classics get remade. And if they had a use-by date, then classics wouldn't get remade because they would have been gone out ages ago. I feel like there's a period in between. So like, I feel like Full Metal Alchemist is like, it being turned into a movie is at an odd time because it's somewhere in between its peak and it becoming a classic. Do you get what I mean? Like Parasite, it didn't get rebooted, but it turned from a manga to an anime, same as Usho and Tora.
20 years on.
By that point in time, 20 years later, it had become a classic manga.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I think it's just Japan is behind where Hollywood is. They've said it to you guys. There's a few movies I like, but for the most part, a lot of the Japanese movies don't like really hit me that much because they feel like they're movies like 20 years old in a way. The pacing has that weird length to it. Where
I think the minimum length of a Japanese film is 3 hours.
Yeah, but even then, some Hollywood ones are doing that now, but it feels like a lot more is happening. I understand it's the pacing, but that was definitely a pacing that was in older movies. The scenes are quiet with more ambient noise. That sounds just different in a way. Scenes are drawn out. The whole vibe of it is different. And like you were saying with Parasite, I think it's just new ground. Because you've got Parasite, you've got Attack on Titan, you've got Terraformers now, you've got Full Metal now. They're just starting to turn anime into movies now. Yeah. It's just something that they just started to do.
I guess that's like the equivalent, right? Like the Japanese equivalent of like the same comic book movies.
The same I was saying about the comic books.
Yeah.
They've been going since TV shows in the 80s or whatever.
There was an Avengers TV show.
There was Avengers, I guess more successful Hulk one. They had Ferrigno and what's his name, Bill Bixby or whatever in it. There was a Shazam one, which is DC. Batman has been going since the 60s. There was Superman. There was Lois and Clark. Then there was Smallville eventually. Like, they've been going on for ages, but they haven't really picked up steam. I just think Japan is maybe, or at least with how they're doing stuff, it's just starting in that way. Like, you might find that the more successful the anime live-action movies are, the bigger their budgets get. The more they make, the more diverse they get. Special effects might increase a bit because special effects aren't as good as American ones. Because, again, like we were saying about the complaints about the whitewashing of Ghost in the Shell, which people are angry because Hollywood is so diverse and widespread that it's weird that they would do that. Japan's still at the stage where it's Japan's market. And the only way you see them out here is when they have the Japan, like, film festival. You know, like, movies from Hollywood get dubbed and sent to Japan, China,
upon release,
everywhere.
You know, it's interesting what you just said, Kane, because I think you're right. We are in an era now where Japan is really exploring doing live action anime, because look at a lot of the big anime that have come out in recent times, Attack on Titan, Parasite. Those live action films come hot off the heels of those releases.
Yeah.
Like once it hits anime, you
Let's
bet
get going.
you bet they're already working on live action.
Let's get
Look
going.
at Erased. There's already a live action coming out.
It's so quick.
And it's
Yeah,
such
When we saw a trailer, we were like, we still haven't finished the anime. Like, don't show too much.
and you know, I'm gonna
Assassination Classroom.
and I'm not gonna again
The second one, has the second one come out in Japan?
maybe.
I think the second one's come out.
I'll say this. There has been anime live actions in the past. Like there was a Cash Earn movie. Of course, you've had
Even going back to old
Dororo
ones. Last year there was a Black
There was
Butler
a
movie.
Sorry, was there a Dororo movie?
a long time ago.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Gacha Man movie. But in this, I think the 2010s, I should say, we've seen a rise. And my personal belief is that it began with the massive global success of the Rurouni Kenshin movie.
Rurouni Kenshin. Also, I'm just thinking of more. You've got Death Note. You had.
Yeah.
The
I
one
thought
we
Death
saw,
Note were great
friggin' what
movies.
was it called? What was the one with the gods? The games in the
As the
school?
Gods Will.
As the
That
Gods
one.
Will.
That was a manga,
I still
right?
really
Heaps of
I
them
still
coming
really
out.
want to watch
Tokyo
Kenshin.
Tribe.
I still really want to watch
Kenshin.
Kenshin. I'm reading the
I'll say
manga.
this,
I'm reading the manga.
Kenshin was one of the films that showed
About
pretty much
assassination.
in most countries, albeit a limited release, it made a lot of money. They ended up making 3 films.
You said they were great, right?
They were all excellent. If you've seen those films, you will surely agree that they are some of the best films ever made from Japan.
Well, I want to finish the manga so I can properly compare.
Yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't mind seeing the movies. I mean, even if I
I've
don't
got
know
all
the
3 of them
manga,
on Blu-ray. I'll bring it over sometime.
I wouldn't mind seeing the movies because, like I said, I like some Japanese movies, but some of them just don't really
Kenshin is the
do it
perfect
for me.
It's the perfect film, or perfect anime to make into a film, because it's not over the top ridiculous with all fantasy sort of stuff. It is something that has a basis in reality, and you simply take this awesome samurai sort of story, put it into live action. It works very easily.
I think it's also just the reality of money half the time. Because, like I said, it's not like an attack. It's just the way it is. The American movies have way bigger budgets, so they put way more money into CGI, which can get oversaturated in movies where
Transformers,
yeah, or the big
Ninja Turtles,
the big thing it was about the
Michael Bay.
Star Wars movies, where the prequels, everyone was talking about how it had too much CGI, so they said for this movie we're bringing props back. But when you watch a movie like Japanese special effects, they have a look to them. It's a weird
Crappy?
It's a weird kind of like,
Is that the word?
grainy, like they look almost rough in a way.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like rough as in like not finished. Like some of them just look rough, like they would feel that way.
Yeah.
They all look like old Akira Kurosawa films. They all look grainy.
It's just odd. And when you've got anime which requires it, like Assassination Classroom, where your teacher is an alien.
Yeah, that wasn't the best looking.
Okay, here's the thing. You can watch a Transformers movie, switch your brain off, and say, yes, those are robots destroying the world now. Okay, but you watch Assassination Classroom, and you look at Koro Sensei, and you go, he is clearly not really there. He's quite obviously CGI. It takes you out of it.
Yeah.
You have to suspend your disbelief real hard, because the effect quality is just not the same. It's not fully there. Like, you look at Koro Sensei, and you go, that looks like the shitty CGI from Terminator 2 on the fucking...
Yeah. And it's the same thing
T1000
about
yeah.
the same thing about Parasite for the most part in that movie.
Mm.
It's like you said, it's not unwatchable, but you just kind of have to put a little bit more effort into, which is the exact opposite point of a movie. You're supposed to sit down and as soon as it goes, as soon as it starts,
Switch
you're like,
off and watch.
I'm in. And then when you leave the movie, think about it later and go, I guess it was. People can't fly. That is weird. But in the movie, it wasn't weird to you.
No, because you were in
You
it.
don't think about it. You're talking about Superman, Batman before. You leave it and you're like, I did not like that movie. You don't leave that movie going, I did not believe he was flying at that point. When he punched that wall, completely ridiculous.
It's believable because the CGI is that good, but in a lot of Japanese films, the CGI there's limitations to it. There's no two ways about it. The Japanese equivalent of Hollywood, the film business there, just doesn't have the same resources that Hollywood does. They're not the same big blockbuster releases as Hollywood, because you look at this, Hollywood, they'll make a fucking Captain America movie, and that'll be everywhere in the world will see that.
Yeah.
Japan makes a movie, Japan will see that.
Yeah. I mean, I was reading Siren, and like part of the editor's notes was like, my team and I have been watching Zombieland lately. Like when it came out, I'm like, oh yeah, you'd never hear like a comic book artist be like, oh yeah, the newest DVD of Ichi the Killer came out, and we're watching that. Like,
you
doesn't happen.
You want an example of what a budget will show you the difference, and I guess a comparison between like less funded practical effects and more funded CGI effects. Wait till Power Rangers comes out.
Yeah. Because
Hollywood, like we haven't spoken about that, and that doesn't seem to be getting the flack that Ghost in the Shell is getting. But they're doing a live action. I know it was already a live action, but an American version.
Yeah, which uses
of
their
Power
own
Rangers,
footage, not
which I think it's probably just a
holdover.
holdover because there was an American version, but that was the Japanese version reshot.
Yeah.
So it already has a foothold.
Sure.
In Japan, outside of Japan, in America, with American aspects to it, but it is still a Super Sentai kind of series, and I'm curious to see how that's realized. Like, I want to see what the suits look like. I'm not the biggest Power Rangers fan. I wasn't into it as a kid.
My first love as a kid.
See, I never had that connection to it. I saw it and I know little bit about it, and I know enough to go, oh, it's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how a movie is going to look with the new. It's like the same comparison between watching an old Avengers comic where Captain America is wearing a spandex suit, and then seeing the new one where it's costume designers put weeks into it, and it looks like body armor, like molded, and it's got the crest stitched into it, and you're like, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
This is what you think things look like in your head.
Mm.
I want to see what it looks like.
At the end of the day, it's a case where Japan will always be a step behind because they don't have the same global mass appeal for all their films that Hollywood does. Hollywood, this Captain America Civil War is coming out in a few weeks. That movie is going to make millions, if not billions of dollars.
Oh, they're going to get so much money.
Because it's going to release everywhere.
Yes.
We're getting it. Japan's getting it. China's getting it. Russia, everywhere in the world will see that movie in one form or another because Hollywood has that global appeal.
I guess that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Anime, Japan can stick to anime where they're pretty good.
Sorry about that.
Most of the time. When it's not the smart that some people write.
Well, it depends. Like you said, anime is, we said it a lot of times anyway, even anime itself is just all over the place. You watch some series and you're like, this is really well thought out and in-depth. Or you watch another one and go, this is silly but fun and I enjoy it. And then you see another one and you're like, I don't get it. And I don't think I'm meant to get it. But not like a introspective way. I don't think they expect me to understand this.
That's anime.
I don't think he knew what he was doing when he wrote it.
You have to weed out all the shitty stuff, that's all.
What's going on in the comment section?
Let's see what's going on. What do you guys want to talk about next?
Just the same. Talking about CGI in Japan and how it's underfunded and
read some comments off.
Doesn't have the same.
Let's see what they're saying, Kane. Go from the top.
Underfunded. They can't get the same level of budget, which limits CGI. Yep, doesn't have the funding. That is a good point, though. Zafira brings up that anime, there seems to be more instant cult classics. Or maybe it's just because I'm paying more attention. But the example brought up here was One Punch Man, which kind of took off. Attack on Titan was relentless in its fan base, enough that a spin-off like joke anime was made based off a joke manga, which I assume was a joke panel once. Like enough for that to get created. Terrible. So I don't know. Maybe I guess we even brought it up. I don't know if anyone's bringing it up. I guess the sheer fact that they're making a Ghost in the Shell movie in Hollywood, like they believe there's enough interest that they could take that that they would get the anime fans. Also, it's, I suppose, vaguely, it's sci-fi enough that someone will just go, "What is this Ghost in the Shell movie?" and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got enough of the whole Blade Runner-y type stuff. I think they'll do it.
Here's my belief why Hollywood is obsessed with. There's constant discussions of Death Note movie, Cowboy Bebop movie. I think Hollywood is at a point right now where original ideas just don't become successful movies. You need to take a pre-existing franchise or a pre-existing story, make that into a movie.
You're saying for Hollywood? For Hollywood.
Yeah. Think of it like this. What's the biggest movies of the last year?
Last year?
Let's tell me one that isn't an adaptation of something, a sequel to something, a reboot of something.
I'll list a couple of the one you said before. So like you got your new Star Wars, new Jurassic Park. I don't know if that was a year, but I'm just kind of listing them. New Star Wars, new Jurassic Park. They're like old stuff that's being remade. Is that what you're trying to refer to?
Star Wars is in
an original story,
despite being
a pre-existing thing.
Despite being episode 7, it was pretty much a reboot.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant like you were saying like
I know, but I mean
brand new...
linking back to our conversation from before. I loved episode 7, but it was episode 4 for the most part.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like
I think
taking chances in Hollywood is a lot.
They look at it and like I don't even think Ghost in the Shell is probably taking a chance for them, but I think they're like, well, we have a pre-existing story already. We just need to adapt it now to a film. It is kind of like a sci-fi in the same vein as Blade Runner and other things we've had success with. Let's go for it. But then you have ones like Cowboy Bebop, which sit on the cutting room floor for about 1 million years. Who knows if that's ever going to happen?
I'm surprised, Cowboy, like judging by your thingo, like your little rule, I'm surprised Cowboy Bebop hasn't gotten one because it's essentially Firefly.
I feel like the name might startle people.
Cowboy Bebop.
Like if they see Cowboy Bebop, they
what
might go,
the fuck is that?
Is it a Western jazz thing? And you're like, kind of, but it's about like a guy in space, but space is the 90s.
They could change it. They adapted All You Need Is Kill and called it Live, Die, Repeat.
Which is brought up. That was a Japanese.
You know what?
And
good movie.
You know what? That movie was awesome.
It wasn't that bad, yeah.
I enjoyed that movie a lot more than I thought I would.
And that was one that they changed the story in a way to fit the westernization of it.
Did that cop? I assume it would have. That cop a lot of flack.
A lot of people shat on that movie. Yes, for that exactly.
Lieutenant Cage instead of KG or whatever it was.
That wasn't such a bad thing. I didn't really pay attention to it.
I did not care at all. A lot of people hate it for changing and not accurately adapting. But to me, they changed it to make it a fun Hollywood blockbuster movie. It was good.
If what it takes,
the biggest problem it had was that the multiple name changes amongst different releases.
Look, if what it takes to make a movie, I guess, acceptable by wider audiences, if it takes your Scarlett Johansson's or your Tom Cruise, I'm fine with that, man.
Well,
I like Scarlett Johansson. Let's get that across everybody.
They haven't said are they still using the names? Are they changing her name, or is she still going to be called?
I'm sure it will be changed.
You would think so.
I doubt she's going to be called Motoko Kusaragi or whatever it was.
I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think so. But
hold on, why did you say Cowboy Bebop wouldn't get made?
Okay, one of the directors that was attached to the project, it's probably like 8 years ago now.
Yeah,
he said at the time, there's no way this film will ever be made because the script and idea we had for it is simply, the budget is impossible to get for something that is not a already an existing franchise or a sequel or something like that.
Yeah, right. No one would take the big chance.
He says to make this movie, you would need billions of dollars, which we would not get for this. We would never get for that movie.
See, I think Cowboy Bebop would be a great movie to adapt because there's no through storyline that can be ruined. You can essentially just make it another exploit of the week. You can make it like the movie Knocking on Heaven's Door. That took place between episodes.
You could make Knocking on Heaven's Door as just a live action.
Right, or they could do their own little story.
I get what you mean about a budget, because even just establishing shots of the Bebop, you've got probably a dogfight in the swordfish going on. You've got a gunfight, which choreography. You've got like settings that need to be made that are futuristic, but not.
Well, remember, Earth doesn't exist; it's Mars. So I guess they'd have to have a shot of Mars.
And it would be it's one of those ones that would be difficult to make. But if you had a budget you could make it similar to like how Star Wars is, but obviously Star Wars gets Star Wars budget.
Oh, look, the
Bebop's not getting
the
Star Wars
closest
budget.
you've got at this point, if you want to watch Bebop, like watch Firefly.
Watch Serenity.
They are like he is a space cowboy.
Joss Whedon actually said he was inspired by.
They herd cattle. He's a space cowboy.
Nobody is walking in to a fucking movie pitch and saying this movie is like Firefly, which failed after one season was cancelled.
Then they made Serenity and it didn't pick up.
Yeah.
I only watched that recently. So
I like Firefly.
I only watched it like probably last year or something. I actually got up and watched it. It's a good series. I enjoy it.
But for what it was, for the 9 episodes that it was.
Yeah, it was an experience. But, it was a good series. I like the characters in it. And
it was a movie.
That's pretty much what Bebop is. It's in space and they give you a few characters. And then you hang out and stuff happens. But, I don't know. It is weird in a way that one of the most beloved and most like easily accessible for a Western audience of the anime won't be getting a movie.
Yep.
Like, that's what Bebop says. Everyone says, watch Bebop first. It's very Western. It'll kind of ease you into anime. Then you can go watch your, I don't know, Sword Arts and Madoka Magicas and have your mind like weirded out and then blown out of your head.
I'm going to just put on record now. If Bebop ever gets a big budget Hollywood film, I'll eat my fucking hat that I threw on the floor.
You don't have to. Actually, you know what? Eat it. Now.
Not now. Please. Is there a Hollywood big budget movie of Galville?
News just came in.
Oh, shit.
Just don't ask me for evidence.
I think it's also, again, like with everything that comes up and blows up into a fight, it's a grass is greener situation. Because people probably wanted this movie to be made and then it's not made the way they wanted, so they're angry about it. But if it wasn't made at all, they'd like lobby to get it made.
I'm mad.
Is it, you're trying to think of other movies. I mean, you've got what? Evangelion. That could make a live action movie. They made Pacific Rim. It's pretty similar in a way.
No, it's not. It's not similar at all.
Yeah,
you just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
With that Ghost in the Shell thing we spoke about at the beginning of the podcast, a lot of people were saying that instead of Scarlett Johansson, they should have got Rinko Kikuchi, who played the main character. I don't think she would have really played that Pacific Rim.
I don't know if she would have.
I don't think she would have played it right.
I think Scarlett Johansson.
I don't think she's a good fit.
Who was?
She played Rinko Kikuchi.
Pretty sure her name was Marco, right?
Marco.
Marco
Mori.
She didn't really leave much of an impact on me out of that movie. I mean, not a lot of characters did. Pacific Rim was a dumb, awesome movie.
You mean the Australian guys that needed subtitles didn't make an impact on you?
Bulldog. What's that? Go. Get on Pacific Rim now. Yep. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't.
I really hope one of you dies.
It was an odd choice for them to make Australia the best. It was an odd choice.
Because they were, right? They had the most kills in that movie.
Australia was the most technologically advanced. What was it, like Striker Eureka? The robot.
I'm gonna fuck up my fucking city. Hey, Sydney?
Yeah,
fucking best city in the world.
Absolutely, get it.
Fuck off out of here.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
But that was,
bridge.
That was your big robots fighting big alien things.
They weren't even Australian, those guys.
I don't know what they were. They were like...
I don't know why they hired them. Why not just get many Australian actors that have taken over fucking America?
There's a lot of barriers between. There's a lot of barriers between making an anime into a live action movie, because anime is weird, like super weird, and I also think Hollywood. On the topic of Evangelion, don't think Hollywood would be super into putting 14-year-old characters through literal hell, metaphorical hell, metaphysical hell, like everything Wanking you can imagine. Hell. It's like,
as Asuka says,
anime is like, that's the thing about anime is it's like they make them kids to make it relatable to kids, but then because it's written by someone in their 20s or 30s, the teenagers talk with the mentality of a 20 or 30-year-old. No, at no point in high school did you have the conversations or introspection that characters in anime have.
No.
That's just what makes it interesting. You know what I mean? But then you translate it and you're like, that would stop your disbelief in a way.
Yep.
For the most part. And then you also probably would feel bad about watching a bunch of kids fight, not Satan, but Angel? God?
Yeah, that was weird.
And then get an arm ripped off?
I'll say this. Most anime, most harem anime get high school life right. Most teenagers are horny little perverts that just want to fuck.
With a bevy of partners
Not all of
chasing
the
after
bevy of
them.
women, but they are after many different women.
I know that's what my high school was like. I had a short girl that liked me, a tall athletic girl that liked me, a smart girl that liked me, a girl with big breast, and a girl with small breast, and a childhood friend,
Exchange student.
exchange
There
student,
you go.
a male friend who dressed as a female.
Yep.
She liked me. Yeah, all of them. You didn't have that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, of course you did.
Everyone
does.
I actually went to
the male experience.
I actually went to a school where I was the only male.
Oh,
That's
of
what happened.
course.
You forget about this.
Of
yeah.
course.
Of
That
course.
makes a great deal of
It
sense.
does,
It makes a great deal of sense. I had to pilot
Also-
a robot at one
also-
point in time because my father
Sorry,
told me to.
Me too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to
very
say,
good.
as a person like that, a character, if you will, I was also the most amazing average character you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the most average?
The most average and therefore most amazing.
Turns out I was also the one to fulfill a ancient prophecy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but Zafira says, but Frank, you forgot your maybe sister. I also have a half sister.
That's right.
That wanted
An
to.
adoptive sister? I have one of them.
You have one of them?
Yeah.
What about you?
Ooh,
I don't know. Cousin?
Probably a cousin. Yeah,
Probably a
you know,
cousin.
probably a cousin.
Probably a cousin. I also had a talking cat as a friend. Is that that would help me along my way? Is that anything?
I had,
you guys
I had
have one of them?
like a nondescript like ball of fur with eyes.
Oh, you
I
did
don't know
a
what it was.
float?
I don't know. It was like a mouse or a chestnut. I don't know what. It was.
Oh, because they're easily. Yeah, you got.
Confused.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
are
know
easily
what it was.
confused.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but you guys got molested by that one girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was fine because I was a guy.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was fine.
Like, if I had done that, I'd be in jail.
Yeah, but did you guys also grab the breast of one of your friends, and even though she
Every
liked you,
day.
got really angry at you?
Every day.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of fell
I
down the
tripped so
stairs.
much. I never had laces because I had to take off my shoes and put on the shoes. But I
Oh, the
tripped
slippers.
so
yeah.
much. You'd be surprised how many
Yeah.
stairs there are.
You
in
fall
places.
down the stairs, flip sideways under her, grab her breast, revolt,
Hold on.
don't grab that, flip backwards, get
My
her
talking
ass in the
cat
face.
lifted her up
Yes.
mid-air, spinning her
Pussy in the
towards
face.
me. You know,
Yeah,
this
it
is
happens
just
every day.
anime life.
Every day.
School.
I know, right?
Same.
Also, but I don't know about you guys, but I had to also capture 175 monsters because I had to, I couldn't tell anyone at school. So often I would put my hand up, sir, I'm sick. And instead of going to the nurse's office, I would fight evil.
Yeah.
Did you guys also do that?
Did any of you ever like cheat on the girl that liked you and you liked her, and then you got beheaded by her at the end, and then you died?
Oh, that may have happened to me once or twice.
Happened to me.
Happened to you, definitely. Yeah.
My head in that bag. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was very,
Yeah, school
very
days.
interesting. Yeah, what reference
School
is
days.
that? Oh, okay. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. Hey, did you guys ever have your left hand turn into a tiny girl with green hair, like in Midori days?
Yes.
Me
So
too.
my right hand turned into an alien.
Oh,
It's weird.
Oh, okay.
A penis hand?
It's weird, man.
Mm.
I had it once.
Well, that's all it
Happened
takes.
once.
That's
Alright.
all it takes.
Yeah.
Anime's weird.
Anime is straight fucked.
Dog.
I love it.
I do love it. I love
You
it.
gotta love it.
It's good, but it's weird.
It's
No
good.
no one can suspend their disbelief like an anime fan.
No.
It's like, I am an omniscient alien from a planet that got destroyed, so clearly we weren't that smart. Putting that aside for a second, we need you, 14-year-old, like, awkward schoolgirl. I'm gonna zap you with alien powers, which I can do. I have the ability to give you the ability to win this war.
Oh, okay.
I can't win the war by myself.
Yeah, you can't do it.
You suck.
You need me to do it.
No,
He sucks.
I need to give you my power,
Oh.
which will then reduce me to
She's
a
the chosen
little
one.
mascot-like
I get it.
form.
Are you gonna hang out with me though? Like after that?
Yeah, I'll be on like incessantly,
Oh, okay.
and I'll try and learn about.
Do I
Earth, 'cause
necessarily-
I don't know about Earth.
do
Do I know
I-
enough to get to Earth?
Do I necessarily want you to be around?
No, you don't want
No.
to. Shut up. You don't want it. Any of
Oh,
this. No.
okay.
You don't want it, but you're gonna have it.
Do we eventually become like good pals?
Yeah, yeah. But it turns out there's like another person like you who has similar powers to you, given by a similar alien.
yeah.
We should have coordinated
We didn't though, did we?
as the two survivors of our planet. Again, not as smart as we thought.
No.
Whoops on
That's
that.
probably why the planet
Sorry.
was destroyed, right? Because
Yeah.
of how dumb you are.
Probably. It's this ultimate evil that no one's been able to destroy for millions upon billions of years.
But you think I could? You think I could do it?
Yeah, you got like a magic stick now.
Oh shit! This thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Cool.
yeah,
cool.
it's
Cool.
cool. You're like, pia, and like stars come out of it or something.
Sure. And the stars are really powerful for some reason.
Probably. If you
Of
believe in them,
course.
I think.
I do.
The power of love.
You know, I do believe in them.
Do you believe in love?
I think I do, but only now. After not believing in love for so long.
There's gotta
Powered by love.
I was gonna say,
you got friends now.
I
Did
do
you not have friends before.
Before I didn't have friends, but
now
I think
you do.
this
You've powered
creature.
And
Yeah, I have friends that I love again. So
yeah, now you can power that.
do you have the power to care for your enemies though, even though they like? Do you have the power of like understanding?
So I don't want to kill them. Like I just want them
No.
to stop.
Yeah.
And I kind of want them to understand where I'm coming from because you know the Earth isn't that bad.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
is that what I'm meant to be
Yeah,
doing?
probably. But then there's also that cute person in your class.
I really like her. Yeah, I really like her.
Yeah, she's like, she doesn't really know about you. But
No,
then,
I wish she
because
did,
you're
though.
weird now because of all the stuff you can't tell anyone.
now
I'm gonna run
notices
out.
you.
Now she
Yeah.
pays an interest. And she
Oh,
finds out
okay.
eventually, which is cool, and then you bond. Which
Sure,
is nice. But
yeah.
now she's a target.
Duh, I'm not
Yeah.
a fan of that
That's
one.
all right. But then you
I
save
was a
her.
fan
You
until
brought
that
her
point.
involved.
So then you save her at the end because of the power of love, and you defeat this, just impossible evil.
Yeah, right. The one that killed your planet, maybe.
Yeah, probably, and like millions before it.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Like your one was insignificant in its journey through the universe.
Yeah, it didn't matter because
Right.
the cameras weren't rolling.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's a
What
lot
hap-
to take in.
What happens to me now after this?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh,
You're like, I don't know, you like stand on a building and look
Yeah.
at the sunrise and
Yeah.
say some vaguely like uplifting thing.
sure.
It
Like
was-
I get a bunch of money or something.
Wax
Or
philosophical.
Yeah,
and,
you wax philosophical. Then we'll skip ahead two years.
Yeah.
2
okay.
years. We'll see you like
What
running to
happens?
school like you were today. First day of school, sorry.
Oh, because we don't know.
Didn't mean to get you.
So what happened in the middle for
No,
me?
no.
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
important.
Like I didn't.
We'll cut back. You're running to school.
Irrelevant.
It's like
All right.
so much has changed, but nothing's changed, which is
Right,
which is
'cause
a
I'm
sign
still-
you did good. And then you're like,
right.
you're like a vague narration. You're like, oh, I guess nothing changed. Then you get to school, but then the person's there and all the friends you made. You're like, things really did change.
Mm.
You know?
Oh, yeah, because I have all the
Yeah.
friends now.
Yeah.
Do I? Like, am I here? Do I get money for this? Like, am I here? I save the world, right? Do I get
No.
anything?
No, you get no
No.
acknowledgement whatsoever.
So does anyone even thank
You
me,
don't.
or
no, it's a
No.
thankless job you did.
so everyone kind of?
You're not broke though. Because
Oh,
you're living in a house that your auntie's paying for.
oh yeah,
And
my
she's
auntie.
giving you money every week and paying for school.
Yeah, but
Oh,
my
nice
auntie lives in
auntie.
Europe. She's
Yeah.
a journalist in Europe. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't have to actually live with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Just so that they're not like any part of the plot because we
Yeah.
don't know how to write that.
Sure,
into the
yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
And sometimes my weird cousin comes to visit.
Yeah.
My weird-
Sometimes yes.
Oh.
Sometimes.
And you're saying I get no money after
No.
doing
No,
this.
No, not
no.
really.
No recognition.
No, no.
Do my friends even realize that I've saved the world?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Some and some not.
I don't know. It's if only you had some kind of choice, but
You don't.
Do I have a choice?
no.
Oh, okay.
Omniscient alien,
Right. What were the choices if I had them?
None.
none.
Oh,
This is all pretty much. I don't
It's
think
actually,
it's destiny, but I'll tell you it's destiny. to make
Sure,
me feel
right.
better.
He reckons it's destiny.
Yeah.
It's.
oh, you're also a second being now.
I'm just here.
Oh, okay.
I'm the narrator.
Right. Oh, I'm very upset with my life.
Yeah.
That's every, I guess, magical girl anime
Pretty much.
ever.
Yeah.
And though I played a boy during that thing.
Yeah, you did. That's why I said person, because I didn't know where you were in the
Yeah,
story.
I didn't know where.
And
I
then you're
also
like-
didn't know where I was.
Although you said you liked her, you could also be a girl.
I could also be a girl. That's fine.
Let's not pigeonhole anyone.
Let's
Stop
not pigeonhole
pigeonholing.
anyone.
Stop pigeonholing.
I'm not doing it, mate.
You're doing it.
Actually, though, it's an anime. I forgot. Yeah.
That's right.
Mm.
Yeah, it is an anime.
Closest you're gonna get in an anime is probably the friend who likes. The friend is a female or male who likes the main character of the same gender. Main character's not into that. That character's played as a bit of a loon, bit of goofball. Like,
We're alone.
what are you doing?
We're
Huh?
alone.
Do you realize what's going on here? It's a bit. No thanks.
Yeah.
What a loon.
And that's I think that's a wrap on anime.
I'm pretty sure we just did anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think-
bit was anime.
Mm.
What's going on in the comments, Kane? Let's move on to our next thing, right?
Well,
Frank.
I think
Yes.
our discussion, in the comments,
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
led to a discussion on the other more physical tropes of those genres,
Right. So,
which are generally like we were talking about how you're like, maybe I don't want to see a 14-year-old get ripped apart by a robot. This is all like, hey, you're 14, but you don't have the body of a
You know what
14-year-old,
sucks in
which
anime?
makes it weird.
You know what sucks in anime? The hero, 9 times out of 10, doesn't get to bang
oh
anyone.
shit.
Because they're 14
didn't
years
think
old.
Doesn't
Over
get
there.
to kiss anyone.
Doesn't think you'll go.
Doesn't
there.
get to hug. Barely gets to hold hands.
They do that sometimes.
That means the biggest cock tease out.
Actually, at the end of Siren, there is a kiss scene, and they get together.
I don't know why they're... Yeah.
Well, there's a sex scene at the end of Parasite. Well, towards the end.
There actually is, and I forgot. Yep.
You know what is even weirder about that?
Yep.
That's the
That
1 out
it's
of
not
10.
played up for fan service. It's straight up character development.
Like they
Very-
actually love each other.
Yeah. And they're like,
It's
you,
like, we love
you
each
might
other, let's-
die.
Fuck now.
You might die, and though we're like
No,
16
you know what? They
years
don't
old.
fuck. They make love.
You're
They
like,
don't fuck. Don't say it's so.
you're like,
It's too
that's
they make
crass.
a
love.
little bit odd.
Wow. I totally forgot that they legit made love
Mm.
for the sake of because they love each other.
That does not happen a lot in anime.
I can't think of another time it has
Yeah, I don't know.
shown in that way either. Like not just implied. That was shown. Okay, they are having sex.
I'm
The
out. I
closest
don't
they
think I
get
have
is
one.
like a legitimate kiss scene. That's about it they do in some anime.
It got me beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
I
think
don't
of
know
one.
about any other like actual.
Well, Evangelion had a wank scene.
No,
It's not the same though. You know how it's not
I
the
really
same.
just like to bring up the wank.
You know how it's
Why
not
though?
the same thing you know?
Mm.
because he wanks over her fucking lifeless corpse.
Well,
She wasn't actually dead at the time. I don't know why I said lifeless
Yeah,
corpse.
so-
something
you made it
sexual
worse.
is happening.
Made it worse.
And then she sees him wank because remember he jerks and he looks in his hand and there's piping hot spum there.
Oh,
And then she looks at him and she says, "Disgusting."
You have to say
wait, who are the
piping hot.
characters in the
Sorry.
scene?
Asuka and Shinji.
Shinji wanks
I
off.
thought he was into Ray. Isn't that the point?
He's into all.
Also, I don't know, man.
He's also kind of into Kaoru, or whatever his name is.
Kaoru's into him.
That's mutual. Man.
I don't know what that is actually.
That's mutual.
They play it off as a lot. Like that's the joke, I guess. Is they
Play
play
some
that
more
off.
piano for me, please.
I don't know. Kaoru's just an odd guy. He's from the moon, right? So he's just,
Well,
maybe he just wants a friend to play piano with.
Play some more piano while I wank off.
I fiddle you.
He's not fiddling anyone. He's playing piano with him. He's like, I'll fix you, Sony Walkman.
Yes.
I'll fiddle with it.
Okay, he fiddled with that and he fixed it.
And he fixed Shinji too. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Well done, Kawaru. What's his name? Kaoru.
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 It's like Kowwaru.
Oh, it's a dog.
Kaoru. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, looking at this beetle on the screen, it reminds me of the closest thing JoJo had to a sex scene,
Oh no.
which was the beetle
Oh,
battle.
fucking yeah! The Beatles fucked is
Yeah.
in JoJo Lion.
What?
Jojolians.
What?
They were meant to be fighting.
I said I feel bad about JoJo now in that latest episode, which I don't know. Yeah, spoiler. Not even a spoiler, but just the manga's been out for 30 years. I feel bad for Josuke's mom.
Yes.
I feel so bad for Josuke's mom because she
She so
legitimately
much
loves
loves
Joseph
him.
Joestar,
So much.
and he probably forgot because he's a jerk.
It's sad, but also super adorable when she is nuzzling up to Jotaro's chest, thinking he is Joseph.
But it's been like 17 years. Like I feel bad that she hasn't had a chance to move on because
And
he
she-
just like took off.
She's just like, Daisuke, Daisuke,
Because
Daisuke.
she was like, what? I don't know, 18, 20, and he was 54 or something.
The love of her life.
I don't even know how that happened. Why did they write that into JoJo? It's so weird.
Because it's fucking JoJo, dude.
Like,
Maybe to show that like Joseph is a dick.
yeah, I know. It just seems odd.
Part of
that
his
that's where
charm
they
is
went.
that he is a dick. Like,
I
it's
think
always
he is
been,
bad.
he was just a total douchebag.
He was a bit of a tool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was.
He was kind
I
of.
just find it kind of odd that they're like, this happened, but he's not in this series.
Yeah.
I am here in his place. He won't be in this series at all. He's off fighting Susie Q
Who
because
hates him.
he cheated on her and they were married for 30-something years at the time.
He does come back, doesn't he? With a cool beanie.
He does. Later
For a little
on.
bit.
Spoiler. But yeah,
Spoiler.
He does.
Once again, as Kay said, it's been out for a very long time.
My favorite was the clarification needed in this latest episode. I don't want to talk about JoJo for too long, but
I haven't watched the latest episode, which is really
it's
pissing me
just
off.
at one point this character is explaining to them the plot, the premise is coming through, and they had to clarify, I guess, to newcomers to the series. Which I'm a newcomer, but you've explained a lot to me, Luke. The character's explaining stuff, and he's like, "It happened to me last year, so 1988. Anyway, 1998." Like, just to tell you, like, yeah, this is 1999, in case you didn't know.
Which was written in 1994, right?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
I just liked it. He's like, happened to me last year. So, 1998. Anyway, I was in jail. And,
I was in jail.
and you're like, oh, okay.
I was getting sodomized by a huge beetle, which you will see later in JoJo Lion.
Maybe not.
I saw a couple of the screenshots from JoJo Lion during the beetle fight where a wasp gets in and flies at the
I'm telling you,
stag
it's the
beetle.
most dramatic beetle battle ever.
Flies at the stag beetle. Stag beetle cuts it in half. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's something else. I went for 6 months.
This
Real time.
Yeah.
It's
It would have been quite fantastic if it went for 6 months in the
story.
Is JoJo at a different time slot this season?
Why is that? Because of the censorship?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is it being censored still?
That's
Not
what I
really.
mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it might be late at night.
That's what I mean. Because in part 3, there was censorship for JoJo smoking because JoJo smoked
A couple times, yeah.
It blacked that out and it showed things. But in this episode, I won't say who, but there's a bow and arrow in JoJo in this arc, which completely undoes a whole bunch of stuff. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The character gets shot through the mouth, out the back of the neck, and then the arrow gets stuck in the wall, and the character's just sitting there going, like blood's coming out, and you're like, yeah, okay, and then it gets like yanked back out.
The series is airing. It would be, well, it comes out on Crunchyroll for us around midnight. So it's either 11 o'clock or midnight in Japan.
The character also gets straight up shot in the neck.
Yeah. It was a good
and they're
episode.
just bleeding and
I haven't
gargling
watched it
everywhere.
yet, so shame.
And you're like, okay.
I love hearing Yuki Kaji scream in pain.
No, it's not this again.
It makes me so happy.
Well, so Koichi gets shot with the arrow.
He gets wrecked.
Hey, yeah.
Wow.
I like when his neck is slammed in the gate.
Oh, I thought he died.
I have seen that, yeah.
There's a character with a house and like a friggin' steel gate.
He's like, what is going on in this gate here? Oh, fuck, my neck.
And a character kicks it and it slams on his neck and he's literally choking to death. And the character's like, this is my house, go away. Josuke's like, stop killing my friend, you bastard. He's like, you dare call a man a bastard in front of his own house? Well, like, Koichi
really
died
in front of his own house. He really loves his house.
That's where I keep all my things, you moron. I do.
His brother's in a window going, hey, kill him.
Hey, kill him.
He is.
I've seen a couple screenshots from the latest episode. Ones that I found so funny. One is when Josuke walks past the fucking rock and says hi to Angelo.
Yep.
And the next one is when he beats the fuck out of Okuyasu and says, I better strangle him just to make sure.
Yeah.
He's strangle him a little.
Yeah.
What does he
That's
say? He's
actually
like,
the first time I've ever seen that in a show.
That's smart.
He hits him in the, like, he gets knocked out and he's like there like mumbling and stuff. And then Jojo, like a pragmatist for the first time ever, goes, I will like choke him out a little bit so he actually passes out, doesn't get up and kill me from behind.
doesn't he also say like, I'll instill fear into his soul or something along those
I
lines?
can't remember.
He
what
says some
does.
other little line. I saw the screenshots.
But the other,
Like, I thought
yeah,
that was pretty
he
funny.
does. He's like, yo, Angelo. And then Koichi's like, I've never seen this rock before. He's like, whatever. Yo, Angelo.
What up, Angelo?
Yeah.
How are you? We're friends.
And he's all like,
What do we got going on in the chat here?
that's just a JoJo quote.
Of the
Three
world.
He was being choked for 5 minutes straight, or 3 of the world seconds.
So
So I guess freeze time. We talk about JoJo, but we like it, so we're gonna probably bring it up. We spiral when we bring it up. Dio was brought up, and I just liked
I like the
JoJo's.
way it was
I liked JoJo's again, just logical reasoning, where he was.
What Dio was brought up in this latest
He got
episode?
mentioned.
Yeah.
And then Jotaro was talking about this bow and arrow, which is a big part of this arc.
Yeah.
And he was just, I have to destroy this in case someone stronger than Dio gets a stand stronger than the world. I was like, that's a really cool way to refer to it, because Dio was strong on his own, and then the world was terrifying.
Yeah. It essentially allowed a powerful vampire to stop time.
It was also oddly cute in a way when he was explaining it to Josuke. He was like, Dio was a villain that plagued the Joestars for years. And it's like, but then he was defeated by me and my friends. And I'm like, oh. It's like,
one of them is dead. The
Yeah.
other is in a wheelchair now. These will be your friends soon.
Most of his friends are dead.
So is Abdul still alive?
No, he died.
Oh, I forgot about how he died.
Abdul died.
Kakyoin died. Polnareff is alive and in a wheelchair.
Iggy died.
The only people that are left is a Frenchman and my grandfather.
Yeah.
And he will soon die because he's like,
And
I don't know, what,
back to
90?
France or something, I think.
Yeah. I know he turns back up eventually, right? In a wheelchair. I know that much. I've seen figurines of him.
In a wheelchair?
Is he in a wheelchair? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I'm not sure about that. Polnareff does come back in part 5.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
In Stono.
Vento or Rayo.
Vento or Rayo.
Looking forward to it. I'm enjoying this new one.
Arrivederci.
I don't know. It's a weird ass show, but you can suspend your disbelief.
Just laughing at this going, oh great, we can get your friends back and beat him again, right, Johto? Jacob Judy.
Again, actually in JoJo, it's the real things that stop my suspension of disbelief.
Oh,
where Jotaro was standing there talking to, I don't know Josuke's mum, what her name is.
Hot. I think her
Hot
name.
Mum?
I think her name is Hot Mum.
Yeah.
I'll kill you
okay.
and your Hot Mum.
According to Angelo.
First you, Josuke, and your hot mother too.
It sounds like a really weird Scooby-Doo sign up. It's like, I would have gone away with it too. It wasn't for you and your hot mum.
And your Hot Mum.
But it was just Jotaro standing there and he was saying to her, he said, Joseph is not here. I am here in his stead. It's like, and as long as I'm here, I will protect you in a way that he should have or something. Then he just hops into his rental car and drives away.
In the shittiest
Goodbye.
It was so
He gets
shit,
in like
that
a little
car.
blue sedan, like a Volvo, and he just drives away.
Slowly.
And I'm like,
I will
that's the
say,
funniest thing
I've
I've
got to
seen.
say, it was really cool when the car turns around the corner. And I've got to say, one of the things that I love about this part of the manga is that it takes place entirely in one town, but they develop the setting so fucking well. And like, I really like in the anime, you see him turn the corner and then go away, and then he's going up the road. Then the camera just zooms back, and then Josuke is just fighting there.
Yeah, that's
and
the house is like right next to his house.
It was really cool how it happens.
Okay.
Like the camera just, it's like you're following Jotaro driving off, and then the camera pans back and then turns, and you're like, oh, they were like right near.
They were right there.
I think I don't say movies or American series have trained me in a way, because he was looking at the folder of like information he had, and I'm like, is he gonna get hit by a car? Because it was Jotaro was looking at this file of the bow and arrow and Dio and everything, and he's like looking at this thing, and then it just showed like a shot of the light turning yellow, and then you're like,
the light,
like this traffic light.
Oh yeah.
So you're like, is he gonna drive through it and get like blindsided by a car? No, it turns red and he stops at the light. And then it cuts to Josuke fighting. And like, well, what was the point of that?
It's like,
I thought he was gonna die.
Abide by the road rules. I'm not a fucking animal.
He's always like,
He follows the rules.
yeah.
I know he's a banjo with a heart of gold.
I know. It's
And a
ridiculous.
love for marine
Biology.
He's also way.
Marine
He's also
biologist.
way less chiseled than he was in the last series.
He's lovely.
I don't mean
Beautiful.
like physically. His face looks a lot less like it was chiseled out of stone.
Yeah, and more like it was made.
He's
out of
using
marshmallows.
face moisturizer.
Because in that scene, it's like, hello, I'm yes 16, yes, hello, thank you. And you're like, what are these two lines on your face that make it look like it's a direct
Yeah,
cut?
like if you looked at
Like you're cut out of granite.
if you looked at his head from a bird's eye view, it's just a hexagon. Like it's like that. Like, okay. His hair still blends into his fucking hat, which is a lot less
More obvious
a
this
lot
time.
obvious because it's white. Not his hair.
Also, anyone else wonder how his hat got fucking fixed after he got wrecked?
Yeah,
Well,
more.
Did he just buy another one?
Love he
If
opens
he
up
opens-
his hotel wardrobe. There's all these hats
If he can
and
get-
all these suits.
If he can get a merchant in Egypt to stitch him a Japanese school uniform, he can get another hat.
Oh,
I love that.
Oh.
Look, I found
you
this.
see his hotel in this one too. The Morio Grand Hotel.
You saw
It's
his
like-
hotel in the, I think in the first one, his room at least.
Yeah. Well, and
It
you
was
see
very
the outside of it,
luxurious.
and it looks like. Was his room very luxurious?
Yeah.
Because the outside of it looked like a shitty motel.
His room looked like an old school, like I guess like an old school mansion. There was like a lot of gold lining and like a nice carpet and a full view of like outside of the town. I always thought like when it was a shot of his hotel, it's like looking at Josuke's house and looking at the hotel. I was like, yes, I'll be here to protect you. Anyway, I'll have my spa now. There's room service. Just massaging. Oh,
wow. It's a good show. It's ridiculous, but again, you just have to embrace that fact if you want to have any kind of enjoyment from it.
Lean heavily into the fact that JoJo's weird and you'll have a mad time.
Yeah, and like every other old school anime, people just openly explain what their power is.
You have to.
In great detail.
It's just like, I think I understand your power, and they're like, yeah, yep, you got it. Why?
Nailed it, dude, actually.
Why? Also, I think I read there was one side character in, I can't remember if it was Marvel or DC. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's some character whose name is, I think, I read this vaguely a while ago. The name's like Fire something. I don't know, like Firehawk or Inferno or something like that. But their power is that they're psychic.
And is that to mislead?
Yeah, because they're like, why would you name yourself something that's your power? Like, why tell everyone what
Did
you
the
can
character
do?
literally do that
I
to
think
mislead
so.
them?
They were like, yeah, I
am Firehawk.
I
and I
picked
have psychic ability.
I think
Well, he wouldn't say he has psychic abilities, Luke.
maybe it wasn't maybe it was a independent one, but I'm pretty sure there's a character like, yeah, why would I name myself like Magneto if I control magnetism? Like, I'll surprise people.
Well, if
I don't want them to know what's coming.
And he's like, my name's Firehawk, but that's a name only to confuse you because I'm actually a psychic. And they're like, fuck Firehawk, you got us.
It's like in this one, what Okuyasu, his stand is the hand.
The hand.
And he keeps using stuff and like trying to punch, and Josuke grabs him and he says,
like, no, get off my right hand.
yeah. He's like, I think there's in his head, I think there's something up with his right hand. And then Okuyasu says, let go of my right hand. And he's like, yes, it's your right hand, I know. And he's
That
like,
is his
it is
weakness.
indeed. My ability is the right hand.
I was going to do it with his right hand. Yeah. I was hoping you could do it with both.
What? And he's like,
I wonder why it's the right hand.
I don't know why they designed it the way it is.
Waxing.
His stand has like the same design as him, but there's a bit where he swipes and it erases stuff.
Well,
But it has like weird ball things on his fist, and when you first see him, they look like pads.
Yeah.
And when you first see him, he goes like and like squeezes them, and that does nothing. It's just him preparing for battle. Instead of making a fist, he just goes like.
I wonder.
Now I'm ready.
You know how like someone is like his soul is linked with the stand. If he ever like tried to wank off, would he just like erase his fucking cock?
Oh, that would not.
If he used his stand, maybe.
Okay,
Why would you use your stand?
Are we gonna get blue?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, could Josuke like just demolish his dick and then heal it, but he can't use it on himself. So
You could do it to someone else.
dude, imagine Star Platinum. It'd be essentially one pump because of how fast he is. Could you not do aura?
You could.
I don't think I could. Just getting screamed in my ear. Aura while trying to jerk.
Dead.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Wow.
We're talking about wanking up too much.
Hashtag classy 30.
Yeah.
We do talk about fucking jerking off too much.
You two do a lot. I'm just usually
It's
there
mostly
for the
We don't
ride.
talk enough about jerking off.
I think it's mostly
I'm just the unwilling participant in this ride.
disgusting.
We're like, hey, what about that aura, huh? Pretty sexy.
Pretty
You're like,
sexy.
Yes.
What do you think is the sexiest stand?
Mm.
Is it the one that looks like
Aren't they all just like jack dudes or modes of transportation?
Not always.
oh, and you have a problem with that, do you?
It's
I
not my
like,
personal interest.
You don't like that car?
Wheel of Fortune.
What about the sun? That's a pretty hot stand.
It does provide
Tee.
What about I'm trying to think of like there is no sexy stand. There's not like a hot stand. Like I guess the hottest one would be Star Platinum because it's just a dude. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
Are there any
like Silver Chariot's
are
not
there
hot.
any stands that are feminine?
There's a couple but
Yeah, but they're not really like.
I feel like because they've shown female stand users, but they're the characters whose stands are never seen. They're just like effects, like that
Like,
magnetism.
is
woman.
Stone Free?
It looks like a dude. That one.
It's
Actually,
yeah.
I don't know.
Stone, but so does Jolene if we're laying it down. All his females, when it gets to that part, all become less feminine and more just like
In,
lightly jacked dudes.
Actually, Kane, bring up what's it called?
Bring up a
California King Bed. That's the stand.
Sorry, California
king
King.
bed.
Let me see what that stand looks like.
Also,
because
bring up Soft and Wet.
soft and wet is pretty up. If you're
Just
listening
like a
in the thing,
robot.
look up these while we're doing this as well. I
Yeah, so
suppose.
California King Bed.
Okay, it doesn't look sexy, but it does sexy things.
What does it do?
Basically, the chick.
Oh, that doesn't look sexy at all.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it
It
looked
looks like
like.
a piece of jewelry.
The chick with the little hoodie there, basically tries to fuck Josuke, with that stand. Which I think it's like if she stands on his shadow, he is like can't move or something like that. I think.
And she tries to fuck him by doing that.
Yeah. I think it's how it works.
It seems to be a memory-based stand, so I don't know what you're on about.
Maybe I'm thinking the wrong one.
Okay, what was the other one you wanted me to look at?
Soft and wet.
Okay.
Everyone look up soft and wet,
The
please.
name sounds more
The
sexy than it
sexiest.
looks.
It just looks like a robot. It's not.
Search.
It looks like it's from Shaman
Just
King.
go into Pornhub and just search
Shaman?
sexy stands.
No.
Yes, please do that
no,
now,
I'm
Kane.
not doing that.
Take private browsing off.
What's Jolene's friend's name? The one that splits things?
Oh,
What's her stand?
Hermes
What's her stand?
Costello. I think it's Hermes
I
Costello.
don't remember what her stand is called.
Look
Search
up Hermes Costello. Hermes.
Hermes.
Not Hermes.
Hermes in
Man,
some
Now,
way.
tell me that doesn't look like a dude.
Man.
Yeah, man. That's right.
What's the stand called?
The stand is Kiss. Here we go.
That's a guy.
Oh, that doesn't
Maybe.
look very nice
It's
at all.
something with a lot of stickers on it.
Yeah, little kissy stickers.
I don't know. I never really,
What about Highway Star?
I
Is
guess
that one?
thought
Highway
about
Star?
that.
Motorbike.
Even the female characters have masculine stands, or at least the ones that we know. I don't know that many.
Search JoJo Lion up. The main female character's name I'm forgetting. She has a female-looking stand that looks like a GPS map.
I guess later look up Stone Free. I'm curious to see what she looks like.
Jojolian.
Yeah, the main female character.
Now, have they announced, or have anything been said about why it's called Jojolian?
No,
What can you assume anything from it, or is it just
No.
so random?
it's so fucking random.
What am I looking for here?
Scroll and look, see something about the main California King. The main female character, what her name is, I can't remember. Actually, search Nijimura. There she is. Look at her. That's not the same
Nijimura.
girl.
So up
Nijimura.
and to your right. So up, there you are.
What's her stand? This is the one I think is meant to be like Jotaro.
Yes, Kyo Nijimura.
Born This Way.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
born
look
this
born-
way. That's
Maybe
ladies,
I was born this
ladies
way.
Gagas.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
it's a bike.
Yeah, okay.
I think the answer to the question are there any hot stands? Is no. Well, yes. One, Star Platinum. Also, Magician's Red was pretty hot if you like falcon-headed men
In leather pants.
with leather pants.
Go to
Which is a personal
What is
kink.
her name? Go back to the Jojoli and go back to the top.
Well, I should probably look at like him and then see what his friends are or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah, do that.
It's a very inclusive part of the podcast, everyone. We always do one of these every episode.
Well, you guys vamp while I'm looking.
At
for
least
it.
once every episode.
Yasuo, there it is.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Hirose.
Okay.
There you are. man.
Yasuho.
So well, she's kind of, I guess, looks like a girl, but kind of looks like she has the same face as Josuke. No.
Yeah,
Paisley Park does not look like a...
It's like a Silent Hill monster.
it's got booty.
It does have a bit of a booty, but also it looks, as Kane said, like a Silent Hill creature.
There is no sexy stand. Let's put it down.
Except for fucking Star Platinum and Magician Red. How many times have I got to say it?
What about that's not enough.
What about The World?
What
Dio
stand
is
do you
the
find
sexiest.
the hottest? Let us know.
Let us know what stand you think is the most
Oh, you know what?
attractive.
Killer Queen.
He's very lean. He's a good looking man.
Gunpowder gelatine. Dynamite with a laser beam.
Alright, enough of that.
Guaranteed to blow your mind.
You're keeping direct eye contact with me, and it's really scary.
Recommended at a price. Insatiable appetite.
Anyway, anything else we have to talk about, guys?
I mean, we can talk a bit more about wanking off, but
Would you like to do that?
nah, not really.
Well, that's good.
Can we talk about Beatles?
Do you actually want to talk about Beatles?
I want to talk about in JoJo when the Beatles battled for 6 months.
Go and talk about that, even though we talk about it every second podcast.
It's fucking cool.
Is it?
It's the
Or
best
is it a
thing.
waste of
It's the
time?
best thing that ever happened in JoJo. The best bet on a Lamborghini ever.
So, okay,
So-
can you at least explain to people that don't know what the fuck this is?
In the latest part of the JoJo manga, there is a long mini arc where JoJo, in order to find out who he is, comes with this big ploy to bet with his step brother over a match of beetle battling. Literal beetles fighting.
Which is a legit thing.
Yeah. So they have the beetles. They rev them up to battle and try and kill. And basically Jojo is like, if I win, you will give me your Lamborghini Gallardo and $1 million. And then
I'm not sure why that was on the table, by the way.
and then he's like, okay, done. What do I get? He doesn't even care.
He's like, steal.
He's
He doesn't even.
so Jojo wins after cheating by putting like female beetle like aroma on like his little poking stick, which fucking sexually makes the fucking beetle horny and fucking rip up the other one.
Right.
Very and good. Then pretty much the guy's like, you fucking cheated with that. You'll bet me now on another beetle battle, and I'll bring out my better beetle.
So hold on a second. So even though the dude knows that he cheated, he still gives him the Gallardo.
Yeah, but he's like, I want my Gallardo back and my $1 million.
So he does hand over the $1 million.
No, he makes a bet. He's like, but of course we will do a beetle battle for it.
Oh, of course you have to do it.
You outsmarted me with your cheating ways.
Of course.
And then Jojo's like, okay, but now you will also bet your fruit parlor that you own.
Oh, because the fruit parlor really comes up.
What?
Yeah, so now they're playing for a fruit parlor, a Lamborghini Gallardo, and $1 million yen.
Yep. As you would.
Yeah, and pretty much the whole thing goes pear-shaped, and pretty much it comes out that Jojo was really after the fruit parlor all along.
Oh, not the Lamborghini fucking Gallardo.
He played a long game with the Gallardo and the $1 million yen.
Long con with his whole Gallardo $1 million deal.
Yes, but he really wants the fruit parlor because there is a fruit that will stop people from being rocks that he needs because people turn into rocks in this. So, yeah, that's that.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Good.
Why would he even put money down for the Lamborghini? Like, why would he even put that down? It's like, yes.
He's that confident in his beetle battling techniques.
That he wouldn't even be like, and what do I get?
No, he didn't.
He's like, I'll give you my Lamborghini Gallardo. I can obviously buy another one for some reason.
Oh, shit.
So what are you looking up now, Kane?
I was just looking through a list of stands.
Right.
Yeah, none of them look at any. None of them look good.
Yeah, no, they all look quite.
They all look weird. I mean, that's the point.
I like the one that just looks like a balloon dog. Tubular bells.
I like the one, hey, yeah.
Yeah, their names are just all over the place.
Just everyone that's watching,
Cream
listening,
starter, that's a good one.
Mandem.
go onto the JoJo wiki and just look up stands.
Exclamation mark.
Oh, lonesome me. What about
Oh, no,
that?
that's
Boku
just-
no rhythm.
Whoa,
my God.
Kitakure.
Tomb of the Boom.
I just love the names of stands.
Jailhouse Lock.
Jailhouse Lock.
Green grass of home.
What about Yo-Yo Ma?
What about Limp Bizkit?
Jumpin' Jack Flash. Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manhattan Transfer.
White Snake. Foo Fighters.
Goo Goo Dolls.
I love that it does not. I love Stone Free just has
Burning
sunglasses.
down the house and it's a piano.
I still like how it's not Goo Goo Doll, it's Goo Goo Dolls. He didn't
Yeah.
even try to change it.
Rolling Stones, Oasis,
Oasis.
Talking Head, Notorious B.I.G.
I like how talking head
Metallica,
instead
Green
of
Day,
talking heads.
White Album, Great
White Album? I forgot about that one.
Black Sabbath.
What about Green Day?
Kraftwerk, Man in the Mirror. What the what?
King Crimson, the Sex Pistols is one.
Purple Haze.
Aerosmith.
Moody Blues.
Spice Girl.
Spice Girl.
Cheap Trick.
Superfly, and it's just a radio tower.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Stray Cat.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Highway Star.
Achtung Baby.
Boy 2 Man. Boy 2
Red
Man.
Hot Chili Pepper.
Bad Company.
Killer Queen. I like Killer Queen.
I like the going back to season 3. I like tenor sax.
Why?
It's just an instrument.
Tenor sax.
It's weird.
What about see, these ones aren't as crazy. Like scroll up because they're just the tarot cards. They're not,
Ebony Devil.
even that, like the Fool is not a
Cream.
bad name for it.
Cream.
This is back in part 3 when they went, hey, let's start a naming scheme, which is a tarot card
And a color.
either prefixed or suffixed by a color. They were like Star Platinum, Magician's Red, Hermit Purple. then they would just like
The Fool.
let's forget about the
Tower
colors
of
and just
Grey,
go the
Dark
full
Blue Moon.
strength. And then they're like, you know what? Cream. Why not?
But who controls cream? Oh, it's just Vanilla Ice.
Someone with me.
Who controls Tower of Grey, the Beetle?
What would be
Grey
your
Fly.
stand's name?
Mine.
People in the comments, what would be your own stand's name? And if you have an idea, what would be our stand's name?
Yeah, what would be mine?
And what would our powers be? And also for yourselves. Your power would probably be, I think your stand name would be Frog Stomp. Like the album by
It
Silverchair.
needs to be a music reference.
It needs to be a music reference.
Frog Stomp, I am happy with.
What would your ability be? Here's the thing. So I guess like we'll do what we did with the Pokemon thing ages ago. Me and Kane will kind of come up with that. I think maybe you have the ability to either, one or the other, turn people into frogs, or like Gold Experience, turn frogs into other things.
I'd probably just make him really like bouncy or something. I don't know.
I'll just jump through the fucking
That seems
window
like
and
something
frog
Luke would
stomp.
do.
Bing, bing,
Someone
bong,
tries,
bing, bing.
like Luffy style, someone tries to punch him, he just like bounces back and they go like it's just
You can choose. What would you rather?
I feel like your one was a bit too complicated.
You
And
think so?
transforming frogs. I want them to stay frogs. I would
about the-
simply like to have the power of a frog.
Which is what? To be able to jump around.
Jump and have a tongue.
All right.
so you're okay. I guess
Sure.
stands are all over the place.
That's right, man.
My stand will when like I open my mouth, it's like a stand, but it looks like a tongue, but it has a face and smiley face, and it goes, whoop.
Okay. What about Kane's? What would Kane's, the name of his one be? And then his ability. So it's obviously have to be a fucking ska band, because that's all Kane listens to of his own accord.
His is the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone.
No, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone.
Yeah.
Right.
Its special move is Real Big Fish.
Okay. What does that do?
What would Real Big Fish
Special
do?
thing is real big fish.
It needs to be the stand needs to be a thing, like a humanoid with a tuba.
Oh, and you broke Ryuko. You dick.
What can I offer?
Her Senketsu thing. You better hope it's not legit broken.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Any comments? So Virtua Music is saying his would be the Black Sabbath album Paranoid, and his ability would be to worry myself to death. My God! Jesus! That would
seems
really
like
do
a-
well in battle.
That seems
That's
like
a
a side
Interesting
stand.
stand.
Oh, that's a JoJo stand.
Yes.
Ha! Got you now, Josuke. Time to worry myself to death. And that affects me how? In every way, Josuke. My death is on your conscience now.
Feel guilty.
Feel guilty.
All
All right, so what was Kane's power?
right. Well, his stand looks like some fucked up thing, but it has a tuba and
What about if it's mouth, like it just has a tuba coming out?
yeah, that's the one. And Kane doesn't make a lot of noise himself, so I think it should be something that I don't know
Cancels noise.
cancels noise, and I don't know what
I mean,
else.
it reverses noise. Like it can suck all the noise out of the area and blast it back at them in one note.
Yeah.
Or one tone.
That's like
the
Kane.
mighty, mighty boss tone.
That's
That's
like-
actually awesome. I'm quite happy if my
Because-
stand is mighty, mighty boss
And it-
tone
and
and I can
fits-
control sound.
It fits Kane because
It's
a lot
awesome.
of time
You're
when he's
welcome.
a silent
Shane,
observer,
handshake for you.
then he'll come out of nowhere with something.
And so he can like stop sound, so he can like sneak around and shit
Yes,
as well.
that's a good one. So what is Frank's one?
I don't know.
So Zafira is
We
saying,
could call it Escape from the City. What's that? City Escape? What's that
City
song called?
Escape.
Frank's favorite song of all time
so
by the
Zafira,
band Crush 40.
hold on a second. So Zafira is saying mine would probably be the Amon Amarth, and the ability would be to summon a Viking longship to pillage and plunder my enemies.
That's
my
amazing.
And Illumination is saying the living end white noise is Kane.
Also an appropriate
I
time.
would deal with either that one or the mighty, mighty boss
I
tone.
think
as
I
you said.
like the name. Mighty
They're
Mighty
both
Boss
fine.
Tone.
The living end is actually a rad, like an attack name. The living end, I think, is a rad name.
I think
What, Sid used in
what you were
Solomon.
just saying about City Escape from the City. His
City
stand,
Escape by Crush 40, my favorite
Yours-
fucking band.
your stand is Crush 40.
So my stand is called Crush 40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
His special move can be Escape from the City.
Oh, you have to describe it like first.
All right. So pretty much, how do you want it to work?
I want to crush 40.
Crush 40. You're not crushing nothing with this stand.
I really hope I can do crush things.
I think this stand should simply make you escape from any city.
That's really not very useful. Unless I need to
You're
escape
there,
the city.
but it's like not at will.
I don't think what it's like the reverse of what's his name, Okuyasu's.
Yeah.
It's like you can push people away from you, but only if you are in a
city. Yeah.
If you're outside
have
a
to be
city,
in a
if
city.
you're in a rural environment, you can't do shit.
That's your weakness.
I gave you guys fucking good ones. Give me a shit one.
You didn't give me a good one.
I give you frog stomp.
Escape from the city. I don't know what else that could be. Just Jumper. You could be like Jumper.
Oh, I hate the movie Jumper.
All right, you're Hayden Christensen now.
No, that's
The
my
stand
punishment.
is Hayden
That's my
Christensen.
punishment.
Crush 40.
Well, what's the song? I'm trying to think of a song. What music?
Song that is fitting for
I
Frank.
think I like the Mighty Mighty Boston. I'm really happy with Kane's one.
Mine's the best. Mine's the best one.
I'm happier with his one than with Frog Stomp. I think the Mighty Mighty Boston is a good. What was his attack called?
Real big fish. Well, he reels in the fucking sound. He lets out like a big fish.
Is there a better? I don't know any other Scar songs. I think I do, but
Not
not
the Scar Band, the Bare Naked Ladies. But that has no relevance.
All
So,
Star.
Smash Mouth.
So Luke just
Smash
has,
Mouth is his attack.
Luke just has frog powers.
Well, Frog Stomp, but your ability would be called. Maybe we have to change it. Maybe your ability is called Frog Stomp, and you are,
Let's call his stand Jeremiah.
as in, like
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
I like it.
How about that? Does that work?
That is the name of the sentence. Jeremiah was the bullfrog. And my
That's an
ability
ability.
is Frog Stomp.
Frog Stomp. I'm liking that one again. I think is very well
The
rounded.
ability is he was a good friend of mine. I love Luke's is always just frogs. It's just hey,
He likes
he has
frogs.
frog powers.
I do. I think I still like the Mighty Boston.
That's the best
I think
one
that's
by
like the
far.
best one we've come up
I'm
with.
trying to think of ones for you.
And I could go with the Living End as well. I think that's also a very fitting name. White Noise. I think I should write
What song is like most like Frank, or would most call
Fitting to Frank.
into attention Frank?
So Jacob Judy says
Oh,
mine would be less than Jake, and he would just remove himself.
with
That's
the
a-
fresh less than Jake burn.
Here we go. So Virtual
Nice.
Muser has said, or make the opponent worry themselves with. I think Virtual Muser, your ability should be to make them worry to death. At least you have a fighting chance.
Yes.
That'd be
Right.
cool. That'd be cool. Just make
Simply
the opponent worry
committing
about
suicide
everything.
via worry.
Yeah.
Not a powerful stand.
No.
And make someone worry about that.
less than Jake.
Less than
Does
Jake.
that mean okay?
Wow.
Does that mean you can like make yourself disappear and reappear very briefly 5 years
What
between
song-
tracks?
What
Or
songs did Less Than Jake sing?
if you
All
think
my
it's
best
strange,
friends are
that
metalheads.
is the way.
Yeah, I know that
How
one.
you do,
That's
that's
it.
about it.
Didn't they do one for the Looney Tunes movie? Or was that a different
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
band? Or was that a different one?
I like less than
I don't know.
Jake. I like
I don't
that.
know. I'm trying to think of what would be like one for Frank. Like what? Because you like a lot of music.
I'm trying to think of like an iconic Frank song.
Yeah.
I
What?
don't know if I have an iconic Frank song.
I don't know. Is ska music iconic? Kate? Like I like it. But
It's fucking
Well,
so
I
Kane.
guess
It's a
it's
running joke.
That
it's a
is
running
so
joke.
Kane.
It's a running
It's a
joke.
running joke because
I like ska music.
So Kane.
I'm pretty sure you introduced me to whoever sung was a Real Big Fish. Whoever sung the song Beer,
Real big fish.
right? I think you like got the album. You're like, you should listen to this album. That's the only reason I have that album. So that's in my head. That's you or Nickelback. Because when I first met you, when you were like 14, the only thing that you liked back then was like Nickelback.
Nickelback and the sand is how you remind me.
And what's the ability?
I still don't.
It's just that it
mind
makes
Nickelback.
people remember things.
No, I think it should be Memory Alter.
I got two awesome stands.
Well, I think now we're just
Woo!
listing stands.
Woo!
Just making up stands.
Kane wins.
So what we got here?
I was thinking for you, Frank, Audio Slave, but then what would the power
I
be?
jump in and out of relevance depending on my surroundings. So when someone decides to watch the Digimon movie again, you suddenly appear. You better hope your enemy watches the Digimon movie.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, like, what was Jahan's one again? Paranoia?
Paranoid.
Paranoid. That's his
Makes
stand
people
name?
paranoid.
So wait, Virtua. So Jahan, is your is your stand Black Sabbath and your ability paranoid?
Black Sabbath is already a stand.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
What's the stand?
Also paranoid.
Can you see what Black Sabbath does in the series?
Looking it up. You guys discuss more about Frank's while I search through lists of stuff.
Frank, I think you can be audio slave as your stand, and your whole ability is pretty much the opposite of Kane's, where you project noise loudly and incoherently to the point where it kills.
So what does it do? Black Sabbath doesn't wait. The trial. Black Sabbath does not manifest unless someone disobeys its user's will, mainly by putting out a lighter and reigniting it in a pulpo's case. Once the condition is fulfilled, it materializes within the shadow near the disobedient victim and pulls out his soul or stand. It then releases one of the stand-granting arrows from its mouth and impales the soul or the stand. Those who have the potential will be granted with stand abilities, while those who do not die. Okay.
So it can give the stands as well.
It can also shadow control, apparently. That's what Black Sabbath does.
It also has shadow control, which is way better. It just controls shadows.
So Jacob Judy says it should be Frank Sinatra.
Frank and Sinatra.
Sinatra, the ability to get under people's skin, literally.
That's a good one.
Ew.
That's really gross. And hold on. Am I me-sized? Like to get under their skin? Do I just go into their body and occupy their skin?
Oh,
you leap into their body and get deep in.
Wasn't that already a stand in part 3?
Probably, yeah.
Remember they went into Joseph, the stand?
They went into his ear, right?
Yeah.
And they went to his brain, and they were going to like cut the nerves to his brain, so they sent...
That was the episode where he said, holy shit, oh my god, shit, and all of them about 50 times.
Who goes in and fights him?
Jotaro Green.
No, was it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure because he had to have
you're right. Because
Yeah.
he can go in different zones.
Yeah.
Shrink. He can shrink that once.
I mean, Jotaro was just not there that whole episode.
Wasn't he off fighting Yellow Temperance?
He would have been.
Or was that the same time?
No. What happens in the episode is Jotaro is going around this. I think they're in Pakistan at the time. He's going around the town. Then he winds up finding the guy and just bashing the fuck out of him.
Hey, so Virtua Musa has said that the description of Black Sabbath's ability is, in quotes, actually lyric by lyric similar to Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. The song.
Yeah, which I believe is what this stand is based off.
That's actually pretty rad.
Yeah,
I really like that. Like, what could you get from a song? That's that's rad.
Well, that's what it said. A lot of these ones actually have powers based on lyrics to songs.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that.
Like, what did they say for what's her name? Yasuho or whatever her name was, the friend. Her GPS stand.
Yeah.
Apparently it's called Paisley Park, and there's a line in there that says, I'm on the right track. I read that just then.
So Illumination has said, another stand is Shine Down. A spotlight shines down on your enemies and makes them have stage fright.
Oh, I know.
I like Shine Down. Is there a stand called Shine Down?
Unfortunately not. I don't think he's a fan of Shine Down. Oh. What a shame.
Well, considering the new ending theme song is by Savage Garden,
I love it.
what do you think the stand Savage Garden? Well, there's
a character called Savage Garden, which is a carrier pigeon owned by Jotaro.
Okay, what would the stand Savage Garden be able to do?
Just plant control.
Yeah, I mean that's
it's like sending vines out, people whipping them with trees and whatnot.
Yeah, that's pretty fitting.
See, do stands...
Actually, it's JoJo. You're probably like, okay, if it's JoJo, you'd think Savage Garden, it would control trees and plants and hit people. JoJo, he's a messed up guy. It's probably like it shoots a seed into the enemy and they slowly become a tree unless they kill him or some nonsense like that.
Well, it's like Foo Fighter, I'm pretty sure, is a stand that is also a human, right? That is made up of lots of little algae. Yeah. So that doesn't have anything to do with the name, which Foo Fighter is about aliens.
Chica Cherry Cola. So that's weird.
Chica Cherry
Cola.
Some
do, some don't.
I think maybe like stuff like this is obviously there's a lot more in that song.
Some are like the name of a band, but then kind of relevant to certain songs. But then like some of them I think about like Red Hot Chili Peppers. The guy plays guitar, but his stand moves through electricity, which I don't really think is any Red Hot Chili Peppers
song
that is any relevance to that whatsoever. But I don't know. It's,
any other cool band names that could be stands? I like this game. It's a cool game.
Motley Crue.
I think
there is one.
REM.
That's not.
Oh my god! And the billet is called "Losing My Religion," and it just
makes people atheists.
Atheists, yeah.
Good stand.
Good stand.
Stands can do anything, guys.
I don't know. Frank's stand would be Gwen Stefani.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't know what
Holler
else.
back
Stefani,
girl.
Hollaback Girl. How about
It
fucking
would,
If I Was a Rich Girl and I have to?
it would
It makes
make
my
you-
enemy sing the Fiddler on the Roof version of that. How about? Oh shit! Fuck, I'm trying to think. It's amazing, like
the news.
when you're put on the spot. It's so
the
hard.
stand is Timberlake. And
Oh, Timberlake,
I don't know what else.
Crimea River. Yeah, I can
This makes you
control
cry
water.
to death.
I can
All
control
the water out of your body comes out through tears.
Yes, and I can fucking blast them.
Yeah.
How about? So you said
into
Motley
an
Crue.
alternate dimension where you only have 4 minutes to fight.
Oh,
Yeah, 4 minutes
what's
to say
my
anyway.
stand called? Justin Timberlake featuring Madonna, because that's that song.
Yeah, the ability is called featuring Madonna. And your
Can-
stand is Timberlake.
Okay, can my stand be Usher, and
Okay.
my ability be Yeah, and I have the abilities to summon Ludacris and Little John and the East Side Boys, and they fight for me.
Okay.
Okay, that's my ability. What we got here? Oh, Illumination is so like cut and dry. Funeral for a friend. Your friend dies. What else we got? Good Charlotte. Complaining so much the opponent goes insane. And then Virtual Music also says, simple plan. Impose puberty on your foe. I like these really funny ones. What's the other one said? So you have it right there. The sexiest stand, the bare naked lady.
That's a good one. What about Creed? And the
Oh
ability
my
is, can
God.
you take me higher?
Oh
And
my
it
god.
just flies you into space, and you just die.
Oh my god.
There's no heaven up there.
How about, so my stand will be Stapp, as in Scott Stapp, and his ability will be slow suicide,
Oh my.
where, where me and the opponent must slowly commit suicide.
God damn
It's
it.
like
Commit a slow suicide. Oh.
Really digging deep with the music, huh?
I think we are. I don't know how much deeper we can dig.
I think we might have dug as deep as we can go.
We've been going for
Well, we started at 7:30,
2 hours and 20 minutes. It's a
so
long one.
we could probably go till another 10 minutes, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then I think that'd be a natural end.
Because if we don't put an end on it, Luke's just going to get more and more obscure with
Mm.
music.
Give us a couple more obscure ones and then we'll end it.
Some really obscure ones, eh?
Yeah.
Mm.
So how about we go, so Satriani is the stand, and If I Could Fly is the ability,
Oh my God.
and it allows you to believe, like your opponent believes they can fly, but cannot,
And they jump off a cliff and die.
and die.
Mm.
Hmm?
What
It's
about
very niche power.
What about the B-52?
Right.
Just 2. And
not
and
plural.
pretty much the stand makes you go into a shack, and you are forced to have sexual relations with 52 people that the name begins with
Oh
B.
my god.
What a
Shack comes up, all these 52
Love Shack.
people run into the shack. You got one, Kane? No. Come on now.
I don't know music that well. What do you want from me?
Oh, Jesus
I'm not the
Christ.
music
It's
guy.
getting very venomous.
I'm really
All
not.
right.
I'm really not half the time you say that.
So venomous.
All right.
I'm like, I
A lot
actually
of vinegar in that one.
I actually don't know
So
too much about
bad.
music, wouldn't you know?
Oh,
And you're
so
Calm
so
down.
aggressive.
villain.
How about is there one called the Beatles or Beatle? It's surely
There's a
right.
lot of ones based off Beatles songs, but there's no one called the Beatles or Beatle.
Or Beetle. What about Tower of Grey? That was a beetle,
Wasn't a Beatles
like a
reference
literal
at all.
beetle, but it was a beetle.
Mm.
What are the Beatle references? Can we pick up the stands?
I think
One more
there's
time before we
Ticket
go.
to Ride.
Ticket to Ride.
Jojo
in the
is
Sky?
named after. Yeah, there is Lucy in the Sky.
Oh no shit!
Ticket to Ride is horrifying.
Ticket to Ride is Jesus' stand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go,
That exists, by the
go
way.
down Oasis.
Illumination just wrote 3 doors down and 2 question marks. Wait, 3 doors down is
You
what?
can kill
Kryptonite?
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, you can kill Superman.
You can kill Superman.
Oh, yeah, Emma.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Survivor.
Jailhouse Rock looks like a clicker.
I love Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It had the
Don't
best...
you mean, hold on, don't you mean filthy acts done at a reasonable price?
Exactly what I meant. Best English translation of any stand.
Boku no Rhythm Kitekure. I wonder what
That does that. It just has. That's a Japanese.
I think it's the only stand that has a Japanese name.
It's like Boku no is like
What is that one? Tattoo You.
Where's this one?
Just below to the right. There you are.
I don't know. You're the one that knows about JoJo.
20th Century
So
Boy.
much shit, I forget.
21st Century Skin Song Man.
It's the stand of the 11 men.
Also, a lot of this rides on the fact that you guys at home are researching yourself. It's a lot funnier if you do.
So, any last JoJo stands?
I'm definitely tapped out.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I really can't come up with anything else. Love Deluxe, Dubiwa,
Vitamin C.
I Am a Rock,
Schlot Key number 1 and 2.
Shot Key. Oh,
Shot
there's no two there. Shot.
Is it shot or Schlot? I can't
Shot.
say.
Is there a thing called Beethoven or any of those old school?
No,
like,
he doesn't listen to that shit.
Jesus.
Killer Queen again.
I have to listen to this stuff, but I get the references sometimes.
He listens.
Nut King Cole.
Seriously?
Yeah, Nut King Cole.
I like California King Bed. That's a Rihanna song.
Fun.
He listens to Rihanna, guys.
Apparently, and also Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
That track, baby. Well, King Nothing is a Metallica song.
Paper Moon King.
I like I Am a Rock. Can you please tell me what that is a fucking reference to? Please, Kane. I really need to know what I Am a Rock is a reference to. That is one of the worst
ugly looking
stands ever.
stand. That is an ugly looking stand. Surely there's something, right?
Probably. I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
lyric to a song.
Probably. Has to be something.
Probably.
Whatever it is, it's not up here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's Simon and Garfunkel.
The Simon and Garfunkel hit I Am a Rock. Just turns you into a fucking rock.
That's a real powerhouse note to end on.
Nothing more powerful than a rock. Except for like,
Paper.
oh shit. Yeah. Be not fucks up paper.
Scissors.
Guns.
This is true. Yeah.
This is true.
What?
Guns?
Would it fuck up paper? Yeah, of course.
They probably do something to a rock too. Depending on the caliber.
Well, it depends on.
Here I
What?
am. Like you like a
I was gonna say we got one more before we go. Illumination. I said Eagles of Death Metal summons the band wearing eagle heads, slowly pecking your enemies to death. ... Metal.
Oh my god.
A good way to end, everyone. So, any last
Good
words?
way to
Say thank you to everyone for
Thank
sticking
you
with
for
us.
everyone for listening and staying the whole time on this, actually. And whoever that guy was from Japan, thanks for listening. I don't know if you got
The rest of you, fuck off. If you're not from Japan, we don't care.
Thanks for the people listening live. Thanks for the people listening to the audio recording because this is still going out as a
I hope
audio
you guys
recording.
enjoy this because, you know, we're trying something new. We will probably do this again now in a better way. Now we've, you know, learned through trial and error. Thank you for always supporting SnapThirty. This is episode 60.
Woo.
I still cannot believe we've done 60 of these things.
We're doing a lot more now. Well, we're not maybe a lot, but we're trying. We're getting more video stuff out there. We're doing this stuff. Maybe some more live ones on the way. Maybe
Yes.
not. You know, we're still experimenting and seeing what we like and what people like, and I don't know. There's still we're still putting words down on computer paper.
It's a wild world out there.
Still writing stuff,
I'll never end.
typing stuff.
We are indeed.
Luke's doing weird things that you can probably see if you're watching the video. If not, he's doing there's no words for what he does half the time. Go to bed.
If they're watching the video, they see this. They
Yeah.
see the magic.
Thanks for being with us, guys.
See you, everyone.
Fall asleep to this image here.
Or don't.
Adios, amigos.
Who let the dogs out?
The party was nice, the party was pumping. Yippee-yi-yo. Yippee-yi-yo. Very good. Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I need to blow.